The strength of metal. The new Classic Mark III. Get your mark on.
I'm everybody's type, but nobody gets a nine. Yes, you know I get it, I'm I'm getting free. Yeah, I'ma bring the crazy. Get that freaky on. She can go all that got you free. Yeah, I'ma bring the crazy. Get that freaky on. She can go all that got you. Girl, not a bossy. I'ma be alright, 'cause you know nothing got me out. Yeah, I'ma bring the crazy. Get that freaky on. She can go all that got you.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Valorant Conquerors Championship brought to you by NODWIN Gaming, with Gillette as our grooming partner and Talk Esport as our digital publication partner. My name is Nikhil C.A. Bansali, and joining me is Neeraj Nekro Songle as we bring to you the Bangladesh Qualifier finals today between Exceeli, Esports, and Regal. It's going to be one hell of a matchup. So I'm excited. Nekro, what about you? What are you feeling?
I'm definitely excited without a doubt because yesterday, both these teams ended on a good note. 2-0, completely decimating their opponents and then getting in the finals. Imagine both these are kind of one of the best teams out there. On the other hand, though, I feel like Extremely does kind of excel on that kind of if we talk about, more kind of like competitive kind of things because they do have a lot of experience, background, and they're kind of a professional organization as well.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, Regal, if we talk about them, they're still kind of like those upcoming legends. But I do know Regal do have the kind of caliber in them. But let's take a look at the prize pool. $33,000 prize pool. First place is going to be getting the most, and then second is going to be getting 8,000, and then third and fourth is going to be getting 3,500.
Event and make your mark to get the moolah online too. But I'm excited to see for today which team does end up going to the playoffs. Like, the one thing is guaranteed, the other team will end up going to the wild card. So while they won't be out of the tournament, that's the reward you get for making the finals. Still, the wild card is ridiculously difficult because you've got teams from every single.
Yeah. Exactly. As I did mention, wildcard is where the international action does start. And even if inside this finals, it doesn't really matter. Even if like any of the teams does lose, they're fine. If they're going to be making towards the wildcard. But again, I feel like wildcard is kind of that red zone. It's kind of like the danger zone where all the teams have gotten themselves up to the finals. There are going to be one of the best out there. And imagine, you're going to be going up against the best from other regions as well. So you can imagine like the pressure that would be cemented upon the teams, right? Without a doubt, it has to be one of the most kind of like fearful thought. But taking a look at the tournament explanation as well, as we do know, 2 slots from India, 2 slots from Pakistan, Afghanistan, and 1 slot from Bangladesh, 1 slot from Sri Lanka and Maldives, and you have 1 slot from Nepal, Bhutan, 1 slot from Whitecloud, and then they will be going to the Grand Final Playoffs. And these are the teams that have been qualified up till now for the playoffs. You have from India, you have Velocity Gaming. Then from Pakistan, Afghanistan, you have Salts. Then from Nepal, you have Dumru Gaming. And then from Sri Lanka, you have Crash Landing on You. And up till now, we are still like deciding which team's going to be coming out on top in Bangladesh region. But CA, we have already made the consensus predictions. So what do you have? What do you have any like? Do you have any special words about that?
I think we're gonna see them really soon. All of the casters did single-handedly agree that we expect Exceeli to take it away, but there is a small thing to note with respect to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Teams testing if they have the capability to reset themselves after a map. I want to see if the Bangladeshi teams can show us the exact same thing.
Yeah, that's exactly what I want to see as well. Because up till now, as I do mention, as I've been keeping on mentioning since the past as well, each and every single region have their own kind of different play style. If you talk about Exceeli, I feel like overall, there's just really good team. When it comes to even that tactical approach, when it even comes to that aggressive nature, it just really depends on round to round. They try to kind of figure out how their opponent plays, and then they try to react accordingly.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you take a look at the regular esports lads, I feel like they are a little bit kind of relied on that aggressive nature as well, and they're kind of relied on those aim battles or aim duels more. But let's take a look at the map selection.
Ooh.
Split was expected because yesterday in the semifinals, both these teams actually did ban Split in the same time in the semifinals. So Split ban was pretty much expected. And so yeah, what do you think about the other picks?
Well, the map of Haven being picked first is really interesting to me because when I look at the rest of the veto, like for me, it instantly favors Exceeli. Haven is
Yeah,
the one map where we haven't seen a lot of Exceeli, so maybe Regal Esports can find a way
yeah,
to push back because they looked really good on the attacking side of Haven, but on the defensive side, they had a couple of mishaps, a couple of slip ups, because of which a comeback could have been possible for Zeus Sabers. Now, that comeback never happened for Zeus Sabers, but if you give a team like Exceeli that opportunity, well, they're not going to let it go. They're going to bounce on it and they're going to be able to capitalize, make sure it is worth. So Regal today are going to have to be very careful about how they function because yes, while they do have that teensy bit more experience, for Exceeli, what they have in the pocket is the wards to look at to understand the defaults of the side of Regal, and those defaults can be easily taken down. But hey, let's have a look at the head-to-head. It's the Reina versus Reina battle. Necro, which queen do you think will come out on top? I know they're both guys, but like Reina is a
well,
queen, you know.
yeah, I mean, yeah, I do understand, the impress. But yeah, I feel like Hyojin might just have a little bit of edge here inside today because,
Hi.
I mean, even though Falk does have more kills than him, but I still feel like we're down line. Hyojin has to be a really impactful player inside the team in general. But Falk as well, I mean, nothing taken away from this lad. Yesterday he performed quite good, and gotta say, yesterday was kind of like an Empress's day, right? It was just
Yeah.
right. I just popping the hell off on both sides. And one funny thing again, I mean, even in the quarterfinals, all these teams kind of came out on top with that 2-0, and even the semifinal a 2-0. So I don't really know what to expect in the finals, but as we all mentioned, we're kind of leaning heavily towards the side of Exceeli. But yeah, taking a look at their past, I mean, Exceeli's good map. I feel like it has to be without a doubt bind. Like they
Yep.
have to be really, really comfortable on bind, and then I feel like Regal are really comfortable when it comes to the icebox and split. So split has already been banned, unfortunately. So I don't really know. I mean, not Icebox, sorry, not Split, Heaven and Icebox, my bad. So this is where Regal is actually really good. So I do understand why Regal did pick Heaven there. Maybe they thought that maybe they can easily take out Exceeli or maybe, just they have a little bit of edge over that. But I still feel like yesterday, Breeze was the map where we thought Exceeli might just be a little weak. But on Breeze as well, Exceeli just completely dominated.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the real definition that we've seen, the style we've seen from Exceeli. I feel like they're the team that most matches the teams we saw from the India qualifier, where the tacticality is very obvious from them. You can see that
Yeah,
they spent a lot of time in customs, understanding their defaults, understanding the likely reactions to their defaults, and making sure they understand how to switch up their adaptations. Like this is very obvious in their retake setups as well, because their roles are very well defined. They know which player has to approach the retake in what way, because you can see them clearing out an angle click by click, but all of that happens in a matter of mere seconds. So that coordination for Exceeli is astounding. So I want to see if Regal is able to put a wrench in that, because as we noted in the head-to-head, even though Kyojin's stats are lesser than Falk, I don't think that's because Falk is necessarily a better player. Like, don't get me wrong, Falk is a great player. I think it's because Exceeli are a team that divides the responsibility very well amongst all of their teammates, as compared to Regal, where we saw Falk really step up to help his team push all the way to the finish line. So that difference is why the difference in stats exists. And if
yeah,
that we can see Kyojin popping off today, maybe I think it could be huge. But I don't have my eyes on Kyojin for today, actually,
Harmony.
Necro. I have my eyes on Missile, and that's because like a very I guess kind of unknown fact about Missile is that he's not really that tactical player. Like right now he is. He's tactical, he's versatile, plays a Sky on Bind. But initially, when he first came into the Valorant scene, when he first joined Exceeli replacing Sami, he was that pure Jet Op player. And when I think Haven and Ascent, which are the picks of Regal, I think Jet and Op. And I think we saw glimpses of that on Breeze as well. Missile was pulling out the attacking sided operator too. So I'm excited to see him a lot more on Jet in this series and see if he can pull out that Op and just be magnificent on it.
I mean, I'm kind of surprised that you're not really opting out for Hermione here because yesterday as well he did have some pop off.
Gryffindor.
Yep, yes, seems like you don't really want to give them points anymore. Yesterday I've give all of the points that you had. But yeah, on the other hand, Regal now they're quite decent on the map of a set as well. But let's take a look at the Asian select as well, and let's try to find out what kind of strategies they have here. So on the side of Regal, I mean, we already do see Spectre with the net. This is what he's been do as always. As Soa, then you have Memros coming in this time. Now, this is a kind of curveball being thrown from the side of Regal. I really want to see what kind of changes are going to be made or what kind of changes in the tactical approach will be taken from the side of Regal.
Yeah, absolutely. And the fact that you mentioned tactical changes like really brings up an important point, because if you look at the key difference in these compositions, it is that Omen versus Astra and that Killjoy versus Cypher. Now the Killjoy versus Cypher, we already saw how Regal like to play around it, so I'm not as worried about it. But the Omen versus Cypher, I am a little worried, even though I have to give props to Zodiac. He piloted that Omen beautifully. The active lurking role that he was taking continuously was a thorn in the side of Zeus Sabers. The real question now is, can he mimic the same performance against Exceeli? Because the space that Zeus Sabers was continuously giving, like our biggest issue with how Zeus Sabers was playing was that they were not really contesting the moves that Regal was making, and I don't think that issue is going to be there with Exceeli whatsoever. So I'm going to have to keep my eyes on Zodiac and see if he can replicate that same level of performance, because if he can, then I think he's going to be the X factor to his team's success. Like, he's going to be that player you don't expect to pop off at all, and is not necessarily popping off, but is finding those high impact kills, high impact lurks, and changing the way the rounds are supposed to go. So because of that, I want to see if Exceeli can shut him down, or he can just continuously be a thorn in Exceeli's butt and just make them regret, like in general, not having a game plan for him, because that's Exceeli's biggest test today. They have to have watched the VODs from yesterday. They have to know how impactful that player is.
Exactly. I mean, without a doubt, I'm pretty sure a team like Exceeli, you expect them to kind of make sure they're doing their homework as well. On the other hand, I'm expecting the same with Regal as well. Hopefully, they have known how Exceeli plays, because Exceeli is out there, one of the most like famous orcs, and also at the same time, they're one of the best in South Asia as well. So you pretty much have to know that what kind of approach Exceeli brings inside the game, and this is what I'm expecting. But yeah, I also want to talk about what exactly happened yesterday, right? A little bit of a semifinal storyline that I had kind of noted down in my book was that, I mean, yesterday we did see Insurgent kind of banning, like banning Split, because they did know it's at least quite decent on Split as well. So he was not really coming big, but yeah, getting back in the game. Fast the approach, Karachi takes one from their side, but look at Memros. This man is solo popping off, and Killjoy will be instantly threaded out. Memros managed to get himself those two crucial frags. Now it's all down to Zodiac. Zodiac not really able to hold on to sight. Spectre's dead inside Garage as well. He's going to be taking the last man out. And well, Adu strikes it on Lunatic. That was the last man being taken out from the side of Exceeli. Regal, I mean, they look pretty good on the first round, but let's just see, are they going to be able to continue the domination in the second round as well?
Well, it's all about getting off to the right start, because I think the biggest strength and the biggest weakness for Regal is the exact same. They rely a little too much on momentum, but that can be a really good thing when they have the momentum. So as long as they maintain this going forward, I think we can expect great things. Now, as you can see, Spectre going to go for the save, which means if they are able to win the round, then you can expect an operator to come through. And if they aren't, then he will likely just end up going for the bonus with his team. Generally, you expect with those buys that Regal should be able to maintain a flawless round, but we've seen a lot of thrifties, so let's see how Exceeli is able to respond. Kyojin just going for a walk-in, will get punished by Adu, and Adu finding another onto Lunatic. A one-by-one approach by Exceeli, shut down instantly. You've got to respect Regal, and you've got to respect the fact that they're watching their sightlines. You can't go in one-by-one.
You definitely can't go in one by one. They thought maybe B-Side's going to be a little bit like underwatched, but no, it is actually overwatched by Adu and Zodiac at the same time. Now, you have Spectre as well, joining in the fray. This is where Exceeli Hater is kind of getting healed up, but it doesn't matter. He does manage to find one kill for himself. He's still trying to follow it up, but Zodiac backing off in the right time. And I really do like the awareness being shown from his side. That's a great shot for the 3K. Zodiac closing off the round.
I really like that smoke from Zodiac, leaving that tiny space, because especially when you have a Spectre against the pistol battle, you want that additional peek on your opponents, because tracking with the Spectre is actually one of the easiest things to do in the game. You're able to spray and pray very easily, and leaving that tiny space gives you the information to be able to do it. Nevertheless though, that was the eco round for Exceeli, so this is going to be the true test. They've gone C side once through Garage, they've tried to go B side in the last round. Now with the Trapfire set up, leaving Lunatic on the look, they're gonna set their sights on the A side. A very aggressive hard rush. They're just looking to take the fight directly into the hands of Regal. Now this can be a boon or a bane, because Regal actually won those short range fights. Since they're playing a bonus, they're carrying the Spectres over, so Exceeli have to make sure they keep it as long range as possible, because otherwise this is exactly the sort of thing that's gonna happen.
Exactly, especially if you're going to be encountering Reyna in that close range. You expect her to excel as much as possible, and this is what exactly is happening. Now, usually they do seem a little bit at the moment, but what? Kojin withdrew a human shot. What was that, Kojin? Those are some incredible shots from his side. Instantly sprays, transferred onto the other one as well. That's like a chain being created from his side as well, but we're still waiting for Hatred to actually get the plant down. They do know there might be someone actually holding in from the CT. That's a great smoke. Find any kind of vision from the CT side. The spike should go down. 48 seconds left in the clock. Koji watching the CT side. Omen is well spoken up the short side, making sure he's not also getting compromised there. This is where Kyojin instantly destroyed the bird. Looks the map and easily spotted. Kyojin is waiting around the corner. He gets a 4K. Hermione though stealing that ace, unfortunately.
Midas third voice to Gryffindor. No, I'm kidding. Kyojin, that reset on the readjustment, my bad, on the aim right there, I think we're gonna see on the replay. One pop right here, over here, and then instantly on the head of Adu. It's not even like he used the placebo of the Reaver, which is known for being really good to spray with, even on the Vandal. No, he doesn't care, just instantly readjusting on the head. Oh, that gave me goosebumps for a second. Kyojin popping off like we expected him to. Nets the first round for Exceeli, and you know what? They're like, what works, we don't change. Going back to that A side, the drone to clear off the Suarez angle. This time though, they're facing off against the full buy from Regal Esports. Yes, you heard that right. The last round was the bonus, so now Regal have got all of their weapons through, which means this is the true test for both of the teams, where Regal, if they ever plan on bringing an operator online in their defensive half, they need this round in the bag. Without this, their economy will be demolished.
Exactly, as you did mention, without this, your economy will be pretty much demolished. That's a great tank, not from that recall guard. He was not really able to collect a lot of info. Look at the way Spectre have repositioned himself. Instantly dashes behind the box. Spectre tried to fight back again, but was not really able to find the second one. This is going to be the one to actually seal the deal onto him. What was that shot missile? He's just pre-fired around the corner, found Zodiac, now dashing on the CT side. Memraz missing those crucial shots. He will have to pay the price for that. Look at that now. Adu trying to strike back. It's 1-on-2 situation. On the other hand, Lunatic's down to only 35 HP. Adu might just have a chance to pull it off. Unfortunately, he's getting spammed through the wall there, but he's still alive. Adu now trying his best to kind of fight back in this moment. It's a 1-on-2 situation, but still, Lunatic is down low. This means Adu does have a little bit of chance to at least pull this round off. Adu still has 76 HP. That's a great recon, making sure Under Heaven's clear. Now he pretty much has to call as well, but he needs fresh magazine. He only has 8 bullets left in the mag. And look at that, Lunatic rotating all the way onto Hey Crew. Oh no, this is just going to be one of those games where they're not going to be peeking out completely. Just going to keep on guessing him, letting him guess. And yes, all they did was just waste a little bit more time on him. And unfortunately, Adu was not really able to kind of get this round in their back.
It is a smart decision here by Adu, but an unfortunate one, because even though he saves the weapon, they lose the round and a lot of momentum along with it. Remember the fact that I mentioned that Regal is a team that heavily relies on their momentum, and what I'm finding really going wrong for them right now is Exceeli exploiting their pre-match preparation to abuse Regal's setups continuously. Regal haven't changed a single bit. Playing behind that box with Falk taking those aggressive peeks was their setup yesterday. Is their setup again today, and Exceeli are like, you know what, you can find one kill maybe, but we're rushing together, and you can see the strength of Missile and Kyojin working as their duo coming to fruition. They're able to continuously get the trades and translate that into a side. This time gonna set their sights onto C, leaving Lunatic on a deep look. They're expecting a heavy push, but that's not gonna happen. Instead, all of the defensive rotations now coming through. They're trying to directly contest onto side, but with nobody here, this is a pure retake setup from Regal, but with Falk going down, this is gonna get intensely difficult.
This is definitely going to get intensely difficult, and just like that, they just walk inside the C side without any other trouble. Now this is where Exceeli is trying to find inside this game, and look at that, Harmonia already a 3K count for himself. Now this is where you need to give a lot of points to look at that, Harmonia with the 4K, and now I'm pretty sure he's looking for that ace, but no! Lunatic, why would you do that? You just stole it away from Harmonia.
Lunatic's like, you stole it away from Missile, I'm gonna steal it away from you. We will be called 4K Exceeli, not Ace Exceeli. But hey, 4K for Hermione, which means 10 points to Gryffindor. Very well done by Hermione. The most important kill amongst that was shutting down Falk early, because when the defending team is playing on that retake setup, that Reyna is key because of the fact that she's the one providing the lure for them to enter. You need that lure. Without the lure, you end up walking into the Astra utility completely dry, and you could see how well Exceeli are able to punish them for the lack of that flash. So now, once again, Exceeli, this time they're gonna default back to much slower setup. I think this is primarily because they're expecting that eco semi-buy from the side of Regal. Falk, the only player with a weapon is what I was gonna say, but no longer. He's taken down by Kyojin. Exceeli off to a triumphant start. Now with that kill having caused a lot of chaos, they're gonna step back, just go back to their defaults, look to find a rotation.
Exactly, as you did mention, that kill did cause quite a lot of chaos, a lot of kind of movement on the map as well on the defender side, and this is where we see the Exceeli lads just kind of going towards the A side. A fast push coming in. We already do see the Jet making an entry inside. Nemraz has been stunned completely in the backside, but he still manages to take out Missile, but unfortunately was not really able to get the second one down. Kyojin is going to be the man who strikes it at the right nick of time when his team needs him the most. Hunter's Fury out as well from the defending side to kind of deny the plant. And now, he does manage to deny the plant for a while though, but nothing insane amount of value being found from that. Shock Dart's out to deal any kind of chip damage, but again, no kind of value, actually, nothing insane value being found out of the value that is being put from the side of Regal. Now this is where they're trying their best to redeem themselves back. Omen Paranoia out, this is where the retake has been started. Hermione's there in the backline as well. That's a great kind of double fire, double peak fire being set up from their side. But Adu is there to clutch the moment out, and yes he does with a 4K. What?
A little overconfidence there from Exceeli. There was no need to play the side post plans because for themselves, Exceeli, they had that Hunter's Fury ready to play on the diffuse if and when it did happen. So you could have left the Cypher on the side and had Hermione play back on the post plants. But right here you can see once they get into side, this is well done. They find a 1-for-1 trade, but as soon as they take Memoraz out, the idea has to be, hey, you know what, Hermione, go back. We have the Hunter's Fury and Adu has used his, so you just have to stay safe for as long as possible and leave Lunatic to cause as much chaos as he can. Without that, with Hermione going down so early, Lunatic has to look for the sides, and Adu doing beautifully. Now 9-2 on the scoreboard, finding the clutch for his team at a key moment in the game, making it even Stevens on the scoreline and resetting the economy loss that Regal had been facing. Exceeli now gonna go back to what got them the momentum in the first place, an aggressive A-side take. They've got Missile and Suez already. They've taken A-long control, but Missile finding that first blood is what is gonna trigger this push coming in from Exceeli.
I don't really know if try peeking that short angle was a good choice there. This is where the entry is already being found from the side of attacking. This is just going to be opening a lot of opportunities for the side of Exceeli, especially if you do have a man like Missile and Kyojin on a duelist. And you do know maybe it is time for a little bit more trouble, especially if you have already found yourself an entry. This is where you do see the defenders also kind of settling back and going back to the defaults as how they were holding. You don't really see Adu in his prime position as well. Now it's only the Reyna on the A side. I really want to see what she can make happen. Still, the spike is on the A side. I really like how slow they're playing it out here. Maybe they're just trying to play some mind games. Finally, Master Smoke are inbound. And yes, here comes the take inside the side. Falcon trying to fight back, but was not really able to connect those crucial shots. This is where Kyojin strikes in. He takes him out instantly. But look at that. This is where the defender Killjoy also utilizes her lockdown. Hunter's Fury is out. Destroyed that lockdown, and again, all the time, Exceeli just manages to find a counter to each and every single move that Regal is trying to do. That's a great shot from Missile. Missile already has a 3K for himself, and now he's trying to overextend himself. And yes, he does. What? He takes down the 4 man as well. Membros falls apart. What is going on, Missile? No freaking way you just did that.
I have to applaud the way Exceeli played this round. Like something we didn't get to see on the screen that was crucial to their success was once they take the control of the site. Now, like you can see right here, right before this, Lunatic was continuously opening the camera and closing the camera, opening the camera and closing the camera. And what this does is it puts the fear into the minds of Regal because you can hear the camera being opened and closed. You're like, wait, there's someone towards mid. We have to be scared. They had to invest the drone to find out if there was a mid presence, and all they spotted out was Lunatic. As soon as the call came from Lunatic that the drone was there, the push came in from Exceeli, and the communication so obvious from Exceeli, playing that round beautifully, finding the win as well. Now 4-3, they're going to switch back onto C side. They've got the side for free once again. Regal looking to play on the retake in a 2 through the smoke, finding a kill on Hate Crew. That's huge.
Yeah, exactly. That's huge. And also with the Sheriff as well, this is absolutely massive. Now, oh my god, seems like this time he has definitely stepped up. I mean, even yesterday was doing quite a great job supporting his team in general, but now today, he's also supporting the team in that frag count as well. Look at that. Now, Adu has set himself up inside garage. I don't really feel like peeking is going to be a great idea here, Doji. Maybe just try and hold on for a retake. Adu is healing himself, and he definitely wants those free frags. And look at that, Exceeli, though, easily just strolling onto them. And that's going to be another round in the hands of Exceeli. Up till now, they're starting to get their momentum in their hands, and Exceeli, if this just keeps on going on, I'm pretty sure Regal, their morale will be falling down soon.
Yeah, absolutely. The morale definitely a big factor, especially for a team like Regal, given the data we have from their semi-finals. Exceeli are just like continuously back and forthing them. This is such a simple fundamental style of play. They don't necessarily have set defaults. What they do have is that they use the drone to take information in the site they want to push, and then they push that. They're like, you know what? We think we are better at you in the fundamental department, and we're going to prove it. Once again, you can see exactly what I was talking about. That drone to clear out the A sewers will help Missile get in aggressively. This time it's not Falk who's contesting it. It's Spectre instead, but he'll get tagged out by the drone. He'll have to back up, and that's again A sewers and a long control gain for Exceeli. Now keep your eyes on Lunatic, because this is key. The amount of attention he draws to himself is the prime factor in the rotations that don't come through from the defenders, because now finally is when you can see the Killjoy thinking about rotating, but she's still scared about the Cypher looking.
Exactly, she's definitely scared about the Cypher lurk, without a doubt. I mean, Cypher has to be one of the most scariest Asian if you do know that your opponent is really good when it comes to utilizing that Cypher in those right moment at right times. Now again, still, Exceeli is just trying to play with the minds of Regal, and this is where, again, I mean, Regal does have a man advantage. It's a 5-on-4 situation going on in the game, but Exceeli does have the round advantage here. They have a 2-round lead. And now again, keep this in mind. Astra is the one who does have the spike in the hand. She's just hiding in that A main. She's just hiding in the A long corner there. Just kind of waiting the moment out. Just kind of waiting for their teammates to cause a lot of chaos on all the part of the map. And this is what they're exactly trying to do, right? You have Crystal still on the underpass area, but look at this now. Lunatic, they're causing quite a lot of trouble here. They're causing quite a lot of trouble for the backlines. You do not expect Zodiac to be there. Zodiac will be taking him out. Finally striking it on the A side. They do have an A side control for themselves. That was a great fake he made. Hunter's Fury being inbound from the side of Adu, but he's not really able to find a lot of value out of it, and this is a massive problem in itself. Hunter's Fury has been invested.
Missile?
And this is, oh my god, those are some great shock darts. And look at Missile. He has aggressed for so long, and now already he has the side presence as well for himself. All down to the defenders. Now, how are they going to be able to get the retake back in their hands? Hemross does manage to find one. It's a one-on-one situation now. It's going to be Adu versus Missile, two of the best players out there. Which one is going to be coming out on top? The only time is going to be the one to tell it, but finally it's going to be Missile who comes out on top in that fight.
A couple of whiff shots in that A-long area on Heykru. If those shots hadn't missed, if he'd able to pick up an initial kill, because Heykru wasn't even looking in that direction, it would have made sure that he was in a prime position to not get traded out. But once again, the lurk is so important. Despite Exceeli losing out that first blood, the lurk that Lunatic and Hermione are able to create, even though they go down, it allows them to take the site and take the site for free. Because of the fact that they take the site for free, Missile is able to get the aggressive position over the A heaven stairs area and is able to take out Falk, evening it up and then resetting himself to play on the post plants. Exceeli just dominating right now in terms of the tacticality aspect, and now with the weaponry in their favor as well. This is who I expected to pop off today. Missile having a field day, but I guess Cast the Curse is real.
Exactly, I mean, Falk just completely slaps him right in the face, but the neural theft is out. A lot of info has been given away to the lads of Exceeli just because of that neural theft initially. Now, I mean, Regal will have to play this situation out a little bit more safe. Look at Hermione, who's causing so much trouble for the lads of Regal. This is where that's a great spot, and he will be taking him out through the wall. It doesn't really matter. Hermione is just such a skilled player in general. Hey, Crew needs himself a fresh magazine. I feel like he should be doing that first, and then maybe chasing for the kill. Yes, this is what he's exactly going to be doing as well. Now keep this in mind, he also does have the top speed in one, but I feel like utilizing it in this time, it's going to be pretty much a questionable decision. Yep, finally the safe call has been made from the side of Regal, and this is what they're exactly going to be doing. But Hey Crew did hear Zodiac backing off in the CTs on the defender side, and pretty much Hey Crew will be taking him out the game.
Hey Crew be like, well, Zodiac, I got my fortune cookie. I know exactly where you're going. I got the info. And damn, Exceeli are starting to ramp up the pace. 7-3 on the scoreboard right now. I noticed Missile even picking up an attacking operator. Haven is one of those maps where you can really make it work, especially if you're playing much more of that tactical style of gameplay. So right now, Exceeli are just continuously pushing the pace, and the 3 rounds they lost even goes with what we expect from them. They're a team that doesn't necessarily dominate from the start. They're a team that understands how the opponent is working, understands their tendencies, and then exploits and abuses them to the core. So now, Exceeli picking up this operator missile that covers Sniper as his team just walks in slowly onto the side using the help of the Owl drone. Usually you get to play C, Regal playing C on retake, but this time they realize it's not working, so they are going to stack up that C side. But this gives Exceeli the opportunity to go for a slow rotate, try to take back mid control while leaving a presence in C-Long.
The presence on the C-Long has already been shown, but just because now all the sound has been suppressed down, this means Exceeli is going to be putting Regal in quite a confusing state, at least for now. Now, they don't really know what exactly is happening here, but I gotta say one thing, that Exceeli is really good when it comes to creating those fake. But this is where Missile also finds himself an opening onto the C side. That means C side presence only pretty much heavy. This also means that B side is completely open, but finally we do see Spectre falling back onto the B side. This is where it's quite important. Someone should be on the B side, because look at this. Kyojin already has mid control for himself. Pretty much a safer approach being taken from both sides. And I really like how much tactical approach Exceeli is bringing inside the game. That's a great shot from Kyojin. This is just going to be giving them that entire barrage control because of that Soa dart. Oh my god, even he was spotted out. Now Spectre trying his best to fight back, but he will be instantly shut down by Hey Crew. Look at Missile. He's holding all the way mid-angle all by himself, but oh no, he misses that shot. This is a little problematic. Membros will work around it. Just because of that, a little mistake being made. He will have to pay the price for it, but it doesn't matter. Hey Crew is there to get his teammates back, and he will be trading things out.
Last round.
Missile is on the hunt, even though he goes down there. You can see the confidence being displayed in this player. Top fragging for his team currently. Found the first blood with that attacking operator. He can do no wrong, and the amount of fear he's causing in his opponents allows Kyojin to just waltz in, go wherever he pleases, finds that first kill onto a do, and then another to free up the side for his team. Regal, that was the Rico, so there is still hope in this last round with the buyers to try and pull it back. 4-8 can be a decent scoreline, especially since we know Regal is much better on the attacking side. But given Missile's prowess on the operator, this round is ridiculously crucial, because if you lose this round, then that pistol effectively guarantees a win condition in the hands of Exceeli. But if they win that pistol, they get that operator in that third round, and then, well, it's a field day for Missile.
As you did mention, this round is going to be really important. Even imagine if Regal does manage to seal this round away in their hand. That means, I mean, Regal, they have won that previous pistol round as well. That's why I'm hoping maybe they will win the second half pistol round as well. But still, we don't really know what exactly is going on in the heads of Regal up till now. We already do see the Killjoy kind of present on the heaven side. Missile is ready to flick onto if he gets any kind of info. This is where Missile's position has been given away. Slow sound to block any kind of vision onto that side as well. Look at that. Here comes the lockdown, and this is where it's going to be putting a lot of pressure onto the lines of Exceeli. Yep, they don't really have any other choice rather than back up. Adu finds one. Lunatic has been taken down while he's trying to back up from that position. Hey Crew, though, he has pushed in quite a lot. His position has also been given away. Falk is just going to be peeking out, taking him out the game. He did not expect Falk to be there onto that C side. Now look at this. Falk, oh, utilizing that Impress, he pretty much knows maybe a C take will be coming in, but no. Exceeli is just way too kind of good when it comes to creating or playing those mind games, and Membras is there. He's holding down that side like an anchor. He probably will be. Kyojin will be taking out Falk from the game. Kyojin has that Impress available, but instead he doesn't really decide to pop it because he doesn't have any time left in the hands. All he's trying to do here is try and get as much as kills as possible, maybe try to improve his game.
One enemy remaining.
Well, he's gonna certainly do that, but Regal, they'll be happy with the way that round went, and picking up a 4-8 scoreline gives them a perfect position to try and push back a comeback. Even if they lose the pistol now, it's only a 6-round difference, and they can look to win the buy round and push through on the basis of that. But winning the pistol will give them a lot more cushion to find that comeback, so let's see how they are able to pull it off. They did win the pistol in the first half, so you have to naturally assume that they will be better, but given the strength of these duelists, 15 kills on both Missile and Kyojin, right now it's not a battle for who wins the map, it's a battle for who picks up the MVP.
Exactly. As you did mention, it's a battle of who actually picks up the MVP up till now. I mean, Exceeli have got themselves quite a massive lead. Now, this is where the second half is coming in. That means Exceeli is going to be the one defending now, and well, Regal has the chance to actually get themselves lead on the attacking side. But things are looking quite shaky. I mean, this pistol round is going to be coming down to these down to quite a crucial moment. If imagine if Regal does manage to get this pistol round, that means probably they will be getting the second round as well, because Exceeli will be forced on an eco. So what do you exactly think? What's going on in this? I mean, in this a little bit of phase that we have a little timeout going on. Maybe our team's discussing on new strategies, or I mean, you already do a Missile. Take a look at his webcam. It seems like he's quite too much in the game. He has the game face on as well, and he's talking to his teammates.
Yeah, I think we do have a bit of a technical issue. It's a technical timeout here. I guess it's the Zodiac who is facing a couple of issues, but he's back, so not really sure which player, because I see all the cams online, so maybe just a client error. But let's talk about the game in itself. Like, right now, Falk is on just 3 kills. He's not on the same performance that he was yesterday, where he got more kills in one round. In the first round, yesterday he got an ace in the pistol, as compared to today, where he only has 3 kills on this map. So I want to see Falk really stepping up the pace. He was a lot more impactful on the attack as compared to the defense even yesterday. So maybe this is where he really is able to pull it up. But Kyojin has got no fear, man. Look at this guy. Just aggressively taking A-Log control and dragging Hermione along with him. Right now, Exceeli have so much information, and that allows them to set up this beautiful crossfire in Garage. This could be disastrous for Regal.
This definitely can be disastrous. Now, if they do want to make it inside the T side, they need to make sure they're at least getting the garage control in their hand. And this is what Exceeli has realized. As you did mention, they did push all the way onto the A long side and got themselves quite a lot of info. This means, well, up till now, Regal are quite predictable for the side of Exceeli. So we are seeing quite an intense setup being shown. Completely lean on the C side. As you did mention, there's a crossfire being set up inside Garage. Smokes out from the side of them, but here comes a Paranoid as well, but it doesn't matter. Spectre's available. He's going to be taking him down. Both of them have been taken down. Unfortunately, though, Regal now seems like they've got themselves a C side control easily as they have. Falk is going to be taking down Lunatic. That's going to be the entire C-side clear. It's a 2-on-5 situation. Seems like gotta give props to the lads of Regal that they're really good when it comes to playing those pistol rounds initially. Kyojin, now the last man alive, is trying his best to fight back in that moment. Zodiac is available. Both these lads peeks out at the same time, and Kyojin couldn't really do much.
Yeah, as you said, gotta give kudos where it is deserved, and Regal definitely deserve it for their dominance in the pistol so far. 2 out of 2, they have won. We'll see if they are able to continue their form with the buys coming through in the next round. Now, what is really here is that dash in by Spectre, denying that crossfire from actually being effective, allowing his teammates to flush out the Garage players, making sure that even though they were predictable, the timing of their execute was not, and that's where they found their edge. These duelists, right now, the bottom fraggers, but that's okay, because the attacking side is where we expect them to step up, and so far they have. We'll see if they are able to continue the momentum. And as you can see, Regal going back to their comfort. We saw this from them in the semifinals as well. They leave that Killjoy on the short look. It's not like an active Cypher look where he actually goes and looks to explore. The Killjoy is more looking to just deny aggressive pushes from the other side, while her team takes aggressive control on another part of the map.
Now, already the attackers kind of heavily leaned again onto the C side. They did get the C side control in the first kind of an initial attacking round. This is where, again, now they're kind of moving inside slowly, steadily. A lot of down queues have been given away. Here comes the Aspen Star as well. Going to be pulling them inside, but unfortunately, Lunatic just peeks out, and he gets pulled himself. Now look at this. Kyojin's position is still not compromised. He's going to be making a lot of work happen. Hatred as well, trying to follow it up, but it doesn't matter. Adu and Memraz will be single-handedly closing that round out in their favor.
Someone needs to give Lunatic the memo that gravity is gravity. It's not really like gravity for opponents or for teammates, because he gets pulled into his own teammates' gravity well right there. There was no need to peek. The gravity well over there is not actually to try and make a combo happen. It's to delay that push, because while that was happening in the garage, Missile was looking to take down Memoraz, but because of the fact that Lunatic went down, Kyojin and Missile had pressure from both the areas, and despite Kyojin picking up one kill, it meant that they were not able to accomplish much. But nevertheless, a couple of guns taken down. I guess a win-win for either of the teams, where Regal happy that they are able to pick up the round, close down the score difference. Exceeli happy that they are able to do some damage and now get the weapons advantage in this buy round. Now very aggressive push down A long. Missile has already got himself into this A lobby, and this is going to allow the full rotation for Hermione to go stack up another side. Missile, though, he's not just happy with the push, going for the piece, and in the midst of the dash takes out Spectre.
Oh no, that's so unfortunate. Spectre's going to be, he's going to be kicking his knee at this point. Unfortunately, he was not really able to get out from that moment. He did realize in the nick of time that, maybe there's a massive chance that he's going to be losing that duel. He tried to dash out, but unfortunately couldn't really make it in time. And well, we do know, what do you expect from a man like Missile? He's not going to be missing those crucial shots in those crucial moments. Look at this now. Memorize, he still has no clue. I don't really like how raw peaks have been taken from the side of Regal there. Maybe a little bit of flashes out, or maybe at least some help to get those peaks out. But again, we have seen a lot of raw peaks throughout this entire game. Again, the Cypher can be taken out the game. Lunatic though, but does know position of the Solo. His position has been compromised. That's a great shock dart, but still not really able to connect any kind of, not really able to deal any kind of damage onto Heikru. He's still pretty safe in the back lines. Hermione now pretty much has a little bit of sense. He pretty much senses someone present inside the garage area. Finally, Val going to be moving out. Hermione peeks out right in the nick of time. Val was not aware of his position. We do see the seaside domination being shown from the side of Exceeli. And yes, Heikru going to be taking down the last man.
Oh, that round was crucial. Like, for the side of Regal, even if they were not winning it, they needed to make sure they actually did some damage to Exceeli, because without that damage, now Exceeli in prime position to force Regal into a force buy with this round. And if they actually do end up winning it, it will mean that the Missile will be able to get their operator online, and that's when the defaults will start radically changing. You can still expect an aggressive push, but that aggressive push now will happen with the operator. Still, there's one more round left before that happens. So talking about this particular round, you can see the force buy coming through from Regal. They understand that they can't just afford to give up a free round because of that operator win condition. So they are just instead going to try to make something work. But again, the duel is working in tandem, finding the aggressive push, this time down in mid. Missile finds one, but the instant answer back from Zodiac Inspector. Kyojin will affect his teammate, but does not go for the dismiss, instead the healing, which means he's stranded out there, exposed, and it will be Regal coming out on top on that trade.
Exactly, of course. I mean, a little bit of overconfidence being shown, and this is why he got punished as well. Maybe he could have utilized that dismiss and tried to fall back, but he did not do that. He was a little too confident in himself, but now look at this Harmony from the backlines. Oh no, strikes in. He's doing so much damage. Now it's a one-on-one situation going on. Falc's position pretty much is known as well. Same goes with Harmony. Now it all comes down to those aim duels, because we also do see Reina doesn't really have any fears available. She's going to be backing up all the way to the seaside. Going to be getting the spike down as well. 45 seconds left in the clock. Hunter's Fury.
Oh, he knows!
That's a great predicted Hunter's Fury. Oh my god, gotta say, that was really close, Val. He might be sweating a little bit. What? Hermione has 6 cents at this point. This is where now Falk is probably going to be moving back. Yes, Falk pretty much does know where Hermione's present.
Oh no.
Oh no, this is not good. This is not good. Hermione! Again, clutching that round out in that crucial moment, striking in when his team needs him the most.
Man, I really wish I had a drawing tool right now, because I'd like to show the chat exactly the perfect angle that Hermione adopted, because it wasn't just that he knew where the plant was going down. His Hunter's Fury angle covered both the points, the main default plant around the Radiant boxes, but also the backside default plant with one charge, and that's ridiculously good. Like, this player must have been OP at geometry, because you can see right here, covers the main default plot as well as the back default, meaning there is no real open plant that Falc can go for, and Falc wants an open plant so he can play in a safe post plant position. All three charges of the Hunter's Fury denying a plant, meaning he got there on time, and while it did get a little sketchy with the drone, the fact that he got a tag gave him more than enough time to clutch out the round. That's 20 points for Gryffindor as Hermione finds a huge clutch.
He did find himself quite a massive clutch there, and he was quite well needed as well. This is where Exceeli's domination, even in the defending side, is looking quite perfect. Look at this now, Hermione already pushed up all the way on the short side underpass. I'm pretty sure no one's going to be expecting him to be there. He has a lot of info. Look at how many footsteps he hears for himself. Unfortunately, got spotted out by that elf drone, but he takes out Adu. That means now the only way they were able to get that info, now it's not going to be in there in the game anymore. Missile takes down 2. What's going on? These teams are getting so aggressive right in their faces. Zodiac also has his teleport available. That means he might just teleport out in the last time, or in the right nick of time. I feel like he probably is going to be going for a fake plant, probably, but no. Instead, he commits in. The A-side control is there for himself.
Oh no.
That's a great move from the Astra. A-Crew missed a little bit of shots, but it doesn't matter. As long as he gets the kill in his hands, that's all that matters. Lunatic, peeks out and flicks right onto Memrod's skull. Pretty much cracks it open.
Another round picked off for Exceeli, and the pressure is starting to ramp up on Regal. It's 11-6 now. Exceeli just 2 rounds away from securing map 1 in the bag in this best of 5 series, on their road to try and get to the VCC Finals Playoffs. Hermione, man, like that push was so aggressive. You're never expecting a Sova to be right there, but he hears the drone, he calls himself out as the hunter and goes for it, and because of that, Missile gets to hold his position. Hermione was the bait and Missile was the switch, and because of that, they get a really nice position, despite the fact that it's a 2v2. The position advantage towards Exceeli, which means the full coming in from Hey-Crew allows them to then take out Zodiac, make it a 2v1. Even though the trade comes out, because of the trade, the Lunatic knows the position, and Exceeli pick up the round. And now, you can see, because of these back-to-back rounds won, the operator online on Missile, this is a key win condition, and you can see because of that, the defaults are changing. The Cypher camera no longer the anchor towards the C side. Instead, it's going to be the Jet anchoring over on C with the operator, but the A-long default will maintain Kyojin and Hermione always taking aggressive control. This allows Missile to just hold on, and hold on, he does. He's already taken out Spectre. Missile starting off this round with a bang.
This is not looking great, especially considering the fact that Exceeli has so much map control on their hand. And already one kill has been found by Missile. This is definitely not looking great. Look at this now. Hermione pretty much trying to create a distracting factor inside here. This means they all will be focused on Hermione, and Kyojin's position is pretty much going to be anonymous. No one's going to be expecting him to be there. And look at this. This is what I was exactly saying. Hermione takes him down. Oh my god, Kyojin. Those are 2 massive frags, and look at this Missile as well. Now, pretty much, there's a massive chance someone has managed to sneak inside, but it doesn't matter. Lunatic is there to seal the deal. Another round in the back of Exceeli, and what is going on? Exceeli domination all the way.
Absolutely, and I have to remind our viewers that this map pick of Haven was Regal's choice, so this domination from Exceeli definitely gonna hurt Regal's chances and hurt Regal's morale in general. Again and again, Regal seemed to have no answer on this side where they're supposed to be stronger. They win the pistol, they win the following round, but when it comes to the full weaponry, when it comes to the rifles, that's where they fall ridiculously short because they don't have the map control to actually take advantage of the push, and this is what we were talking about too. Like, Exceeli were not gonna give Zodiac the space to lurk. Zodiac was the key reason for the success of Regal on the attack yesterday. Without that lurk, it just feels like they're gambling every single round.
As you did mention, without that lurk, it just feels like they're gambling every single round. And now, look at this. We already do see the attackers kind of set up. They do have the garage control, so that's quite a key thing, especially if you want to execute onto the C side. Fake garage presence has been given away. That means we might just expect some rotations. I mean, there are already 2 players situated onto the C side, so they don't really need to make any rotations happen because they do know it might just be a chance of fake happening. Regal still trying to play a little bit of mind games with the lads of Exceeli, but Exceeli are just way too experienced when it comes to predicting those strats, and this is what they're exactly doing. Missile all the way in the back line, situated onto the B side. Lear's out. The BNT has to be down. And look at Kyojin. Oh no, was not really able to react in time. Adu is going to be taking Kyojin down. That means the A side entry pretty much has been
30
found.
seconds
This is
left.
where Neural theft out as well.
Down
All the
A.
attackers'
Oh.
position has been compromised. Missile pretty much known. There's one more onto the B side. If he manages to take him out, all he needs to do is take out the guy on the A side. Huddersfield out, not really able to connect any kind of charges onto him. Only was able to connect one. So not a lot of value being found, considering the fact how much
Oh,
was
boy.
invested. But look at that missile, just straight up dashing inside. We'll take out Zodiac, and man, oh man, Exceeli, they look really good. The amount of confidence they've shown inside the game, but at the same time, they did not let their overconfidence kind of show out. Instead, they took the game pretty casually. And look at Missile, just after the game, just checking his phone, having a good time. It seems like he's also listening to some music.
I mean, this is exactly why I said that for me, Missile is going to be the player to watch out today. This guy
Oh, boy.
on Jet is such a treat to watch, devastating to the opposite team's chances, has every characteristic of a good Jet. A brilliant AWPer, a brilliant entry fragger, uses the utility to perfection. Even in that last moment, you could see, instead of just going for a dry peek, goes for the dash updraft with the cloud burst, so you can't actually find his legs early and try to track. It just means that there's no options really left for Zodiac, Missile, and all of Exceeli playing this to perfection. And another player that really stood out for me that I didn't really expect was Hate Crew. The gravity wells were on point every single time. Like so many times, he's able to find insane value in conjunction with his duelist. This is the sort of synergy we expected from Exceeli. And as their motto suggests, man, Exceeli certainly #exceed limits.
Oh my God, exactly. I mean, Exceeli, off to a flying start, off to a
Yeah.
flying colors start, I would say, because I don't really know what to expect from Regal now. As you did mention,
Yeah.
Heaven was a pick that Regal made, and even on their pick, they got completely decimated. So I don't really know what to expect. I mean, you guys saw those predictions, right? I mean, we pretty much predicted a 3-0, and I mean, even if they do manage to make a 3-0 happen, I'm pretty much not going to be surprised because this is what most of us expected. But on the other hand, on the other desk, Trixis, he predicted that it was going to be a 3-1. So I was like, well, let's just see, because Regal might just strike in. We still don't know because even yesterday against the lad of Zeus Sabres, they did do manage to do quite well, right? Even if it was a 2-0,
Yeah.
they did do quite great. And Regal, I feel like they do have the caliber, but somewhere down the line, I feel like they just rely too much on those raw peaks and raw aim.
Yeah, exactly. Like the tacticality was ridiculously in favor of Exceeli all the way
Yeah.
through the map. So even the rounds that the side of Regal actually won, it felt like it was more Exceeli mistakes than Regal actually finding key nuances. Like, don't get me wrong, Regal are a really good team, but right
Yeah.
now Exceeli is just on another level, and Regal are gonna have to step it up if they need to match it, because on Haven, like, fair enough, the tacticality is very, very important, but for Exceeli, it actually ramps up when they go into the next map, which is Bind. They don't run this casual composition. They run double control or double initiator, and if you can't play tactically against that composition, well, you're gonna have a flash in your face, you're gonna have a dart in your face. If not that, you're gonna have smokes all the way
Oh
around,
boy.
and there's nothing for the other team to be able to do. So Regal, well, they look like they're in a dire spot, but hey, this is a BO5. This was just map 1, so we won't count out Regal just yet. We'll hope that they are able to give us that
Yeah.
amazing performance that we expect from our finalists. But then again, our predictions were 3-0, so you never know.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much, yeah, all of us did predict 3-0. Now, I do have a question lined up for you here, and I feel like this is going to be pretty much an important question inside the entire game. So, we did see Memoros kind of being pulled out and Device kind of being kicked out and being benched in the finals. So, I mean, yeah, Memoros did have his pop-off moments, but what kind of change do you see or did you witness in general when Device was playing and when Device is not playing and Memoros taking his place?
I think Device was a lot more confident in going for the aggressive pushes and trying to find lurks, and I didn't really see that from Memoraz. Now, don't get me wrong, this might not just be a Memoraz thing, it might just be a team thing where they're not
Yeah.
necessarily confident letting him go on the lurk against
Mhm.
Exceeli, but I did want to see a lot more of that, because on the attacking side, you could really see the difference between Exceeli's attacking side, where Lunatic
Yeah.
was always creating a presence, always diverting resources towards him, while Exceeli, they played a simple attacking strat. They always either took A long and A as control, or they took C long and mid control and tried to find a C push happen. It's very simple when you think about it, but the issue is you can't break it down till you actually stop fearing the cipher. And even though Lunatic didn't get the frags, he always kept the fear in the mind of Regal, and that fear just wasn't there on Regal's attack.
As you did mention, the fear was always present no matter what. I mean, Exceeli, let's be honest, right? They have to be one of the best in the South Asia out there,
Yeah.
especially when you hear, oh, you're going head to get against a team like that is one of the best out there. I mean, you would be getting that fear kind of set up, right? You would be
Yeah.
already kind of panicking there. Oh, you would be like, oh no, we're going up against one of the best out there. So, I mean, they don't even need to settle any kind of fear inside the game. Already the fear is kind of present. All they need to do is just to increase it more just by, just throwing those curveballs, just throwing those surprising factor, making those astonishing play happen in the game. And this is what they exactly did. A lot of astonishing plays were made in the attacking side. And on defense, I really like we didn't see any kind of critical rotations happening, right? Even if there was a
Yeah.
side commitment happening, they were like, okay, it's fine. Let them have the side control. We can probably go for a retake. And this is what exactly was happening most of the times. But the main problem was that in general, Regal was just not really able to get a lot of side controls. And the only side control they got was probably like C or like once or twice. So that is kind of a
Yeah.
problematic thing here. They need to find a way to break Exeeli's kind of defense. If they manage to do that in the upcoming map, then maybe we do see a little bit of hope for the side of Regal. Or else, if they don't, then we pretty much do know it's going to be a 3-0.
Yeah, because the thing is, like in Valorant in general, this is not necessarily just an esports thing, but
Yeah.
also in the solo queue, duo queue, where the team that actually gets to dictate the tempo and the pace of the play always ends up winning because you're much more comfortable playing on the playstyle you decide for yourself, and that playstyle was continuously Exceeded. It never felt like Regal actually got to establish their presence in the map, show their style of play, and because of
Yeah.
that, like it felt like Exceeli always had control. So I want to see that from Regal, like shake it off. You made it already to the top two in the Bangladesh
Yeah.
qualifiers. You are definitely a really good team. Now you just need to find the confidence in yourself. But hey, let's have a look at the stats. Missile, this is why I
Oh
wanted to
man.
look out for him. 6 Bloods. That's exactly what you want to see from your Jet.
I, I mean, yeah, pretty much. He was absolutely phenomenal. Same goes with Kyojin as well.
Yep.
Hermione, man. I mean, look, I do understand Missile and Kyojin have been doing quite great, but gotta say that Hermione, he kind of plays the factor of also like supporting his team with that info, and
Hmm.
also at the same time, he's so good when it comes to like even also getting those frags. So I feel like he's really flexible in general. Hermione is one of the most flexible players out there in the entire South Asia, and he just does such a great job playing that Sova in general. Of course, Hermione being that Sova main player. But again, Missile getting himself that 6 first blood. He was dashing inside the side and creating so much map control in general for themselves. And yeah, I mean, I don't really know what exactly to elaborate on the fact because Regal just got completely decimated. I mean, even Falk, we had a lot of
Yeah.
expectations from him because yesterday, in general, even in the semifinals, in all the maps combined, he had 42 kills for himself because, of course, considering the fact that he has to be the best runner out there, but still, I mean, he wasn't really able to perform this time.
Yeah, absolutely. But hey, it's still 4 more maps left on the table. At least 2 more if Exceeli do end up dominating the way they do. So for now, we'll take a small break and we'll be back with you in a jiffy with map 2 of the Bangladesh qualifier finals.
More of steel.
Get your mark on. Get your mark on.
The strength of metal.
Get your mark on. Get your mark on. Yo, get your mark on. Get your mark on.
The new classic Mark III. Get your mark on. power of steel.
Get your mic on. Get your mic on.
The strength of metal.
Get your mic on. Get your mic on. Yo, get your mic on. Get your mic on.
The new Classic Mark III. Get your mark on.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Valorant Conquerors Championship, brought to you by NODWIN Gaming, with Gillette as our grooming partner and Talk Esports as our digital publication partner. My name is Exceeli, and joining me on the desk is Necro as we cast for you the Bangladesh Qualifiers Finals, a best-of-5 series in which Exceeli Esports dominated Map 1, and which was Regal's pick, Necro. So going into Bind, where we saw Exceeli play so well, do you expect Regal to be able to reset their mentality?
Probably they can. Definitely they can try and reset their mentality now. They need to realize that it's a do or die moment for them. I mean, even if they lose out in
Yeah.
this finals, it's fine. They're still going to be getting another chance at the wild card. But again, I mean, look, I don't want to really like just say right now that maybe Regal's going to be losing it because they still do have chance. They still do
Yeah.
have two more maps in the hands, which one is going to be upcoming. And I mean, in general, I really want to see how they're going to be playing it off the map of Bind, right? Because Bind, we do know Exceeli is really comfortable on that map, and I mean, I'm expecting an Exceeli domination on the map of Bind. But let's just see, right?
Yeah, and Regal actually not gonna make any changes, just locking in the exact same composition. This is such a big disadvantage because their composition doesn't have a Raze, which is so good on Bind. It doesn't have a Sky, which is so good on Bind, and it has
Yeah.
an Omen instead. Like on Bind, I actually prefer the Brimstone and the Astra over the Omen. Like irrespective of how good Zodiac can
Yeah,
be on the
yeah.
lurk, there's so little space to lurk on Bind. There's a lot more corners and there's a lot more choke points. So you want that Brimstone, you want
Yeah.
that Astra, and Zodiac picking up the Omen. It like unfortunately doesn't look like Regal aren't going to change much, and you can see Exceeli players. They're just chilling out. They're having a blast. They're feeling themselves. They're vibing with each other, and they're ready to continue the momentum that they had from Map 1 in itself. This is going to be a very interesting affair. If Regal are to make a bang, it has to be in the first half, where like they can try to catch Exceeli off guard, because the longer the map goes on, the longer Exceeli actually studies Regal, and once that happens, well, we've seen what happens when Exceeli starts understanding the opposition. They break them apart piece by piece.
Exactly. They definitely do break them apart piece by piece. And look at this now. Well, we are already heading inside the map here, ladies and gentlemen. The second map of the finals, and the one to find out who's going to be moving into the playoffs and who's going to be going for the wildcard slot. But here we go. It's a round already starting. We do see Lunatic just kind of jiggling around. But on the other hand, let's take a look at the attacking side. Now, Regal, they are present heavily onto the A side. The Spikes also there onto the A short side. Still, the Killjoy hasn't really decided where she exactly wants to go. I really like this aggressive info peek being taken from the side of Exceeli. Hey, Crew is outside Hookah, just jiggling out. His footsteps are pretty much compromised. That's why Zodiac is still holding the position that he has. But again, all Hey Crew is trying to do is get himself that crucial info, and this is what he really wants to do as well. Aduna already have found himself deep inside the bathroom area, fell, and Zodiac outside Hookah. Being spotted out, Hey Crew, I really do like how the Sova has already stuck all the way onto the left-hand side behind those two double boxes. That means even if Hey Crew has been spotted out, he's going to be backing off, and they're not going to be expecting Harmony to be behind those boxes.
Yeah, the positional advantage definitely for Exceeli right now, but it looks like Regal are setting themselves up for an A-side execute, and that could be disastrous because
Yeah.
you can see already Missile has the guiding light in his
30
hands,
seconds
and
left.
Kyojin with the boombot in this round with the light shield buy, so there's a lot of utility in this A short. The smokes are gonna come in, and Regal are gonna come in, but the boombot in their face along with the guiding light. Missile finds one, and Kyojin will find two more.
Round
Disaster! It is a massacre fight.
God, what?
Exceeli in that A short. They demolish Regal in the pistol.
They just got completely strolled on. They just got completely stomped on. Oh my god, that was so quick. That boombot just changed so many things in general, and even that nade. Oh my god, it was Koji, and I gotta say, the MVP of that previous round, utilizing his utilities in the right nick of time perfectly, and at the same time, you do have a man like Missile in the front lines, utilizing that Sky and completely blinding off the entire squad of Regal. Nothing much can be done, and I feel like at this point, it's pretty much a bruh moment.
Definitely. Missile though, so good with the pop flashes. We saw it yesterday even, using that pop flash to perfection today as well. Just setting up the guiding light. He's the swing on the contact, but the swing with the utility. He's the duelist, the battle sky, playing it so well. Now Exceeli, they won the missile, they're going for the buys, and Missile's like, how dare you
Oh my
hurt
God,
my
what?
other initiator. Pulls out the guiding light, takes a double down. Hermione chiming in with another guiding light, gives them the info of Falc's position, and Exceeli are just pedal to the metal right now, not giving any room to Regal.
Exactly. I mean, well, they're definitely feeling themselves after such a banger win. And as I did mention as well, and even as you did mention, I mean, this has to be one of the best Exceeli's map. Like, they're really comfortable on the map of Fine, and this is what they're exactly showing. They do know how to counter their teams out easily without any trouble. And look at Missile as well. He only has 20 HP, but still look at the confidence this man is showing inside the game. And I mean, it's pretty much understandable, especially if you have if you've had a banger win on the first map. Unfortunately, well, you do see Missile just kind of flashing his teammate out, and even on 20 HP, he manages to take out Falk. And, well, Missile with a 3K in that previous round. I mean, unfortunately, Regal was on an eco, but this is kind of going to be a decider round for both these teams. Well, if Regal does manage to get this bye round in their hands, that means maybe they do have a little hope. On the other hand, if Exceeli manages to get the bye round in their hands, well, I feel like the hopes will be shattering.
Yeah, it's exactly as you said it, Necro. Like, without this buy round, because this is a pure bonus from Exceeli. You can see Hermione, the only player who had to slightly invest, he's just gone for the light shield. So every single one of them have more than enough money to pull out full buys in the next round. So it's not just about winning. Right now, for the side of Regal, they need to win in a close to flawless fashion without losing too much weaponry, because if their economy gets hurt, well, they are going to be in a very difficult position. Now the Trailblazer from A short to get information of that B short angle holds this crossfire between the Viper and Sova towards the hookah. The idea here is always to maintain the hookah angle, and therefore even if you give up B long, you can retake easy peasy. The Lear now does reveal Lunatic's position. He's going to have to be careful because his back is revealed. He's gonna set up the walls just so he can get back into a comfortable position and re-peek. But now B-side taken for the side of Regal. This hookah fight is paramount to their success.
Exactly. I mean, the entry is already being found. That's a great take inside the side as well. Falk doing a great job with that Lear, distracting them out. Unfortunately, Spectre, oh no, he dashed out. I feel like if he didn't dash out, maybe he could have taken Missile out the game, but unfortunately he dashed out. I don't really know if that was a panic moment or not. Look at that, Missile now trying to fight back in that moment. Hate Crew has to be shut down as well. Memraz, well, is going to be the man who's stepping up for himself. Falk is there, available.
Seekers?
Whistle trying his best to fight back. Seekers out. I don't really know if this investment was a good investment in general. It's all down to Koji. Koji managed to get himself a 3K. He almost did clutch it out as well, but look at the damage being done from the side of Exceeli.
4 weapons lost. That's a net loss of 11,600 credits. Yes, I can do my math.
Oh my god.
And Exceeli, thank you. But Exceeli playing that round beautifully. Missile and Kyojin, the key reasons why that round even went through, because Regal played it beautifully in the site execute. They shut down the hookah crossfire. They took that B long, and because of that, they had the entire site. But they got a little too aggressive. Like, once you've got elbow control, you don't need to push into Missile. Or if you are going to, as you said as well, Necro, you need to commit to it. You can't dash out, because you know a player like Missile, he ain't gonna back down. He's gonna push it and try to get the kill, and he certainly did. Now the Seekers, as you said, wasn't necessary, but I understand the idea. I think less than trying to set himself up, he was trying to get the info for Kyojin to push in, and it did allow Kyojin to pick up a couple kills. So now four weapons down from the side of Regal. You can see, despite winning the round, 2 light shields on Zodiac and a 2, and a Spectre on, well, Spectre. That was definitely not pun intended.
Oh,
but
no.
Exceeli, despite losing, they have that weapons advantage. Let's see if Regal are able to leverage the fact that Memraz is on 6 out of 7 out points, maybe play on the lockdown.
Yeah, I mean, as you did mention, even though Exceeli lost that previous round, in the previous to that round, they did not really do any kind of buys. That means they were sneaking out of their Spectres, and what they had in general, all they did was just buy a little bit of armor there. And this is why Exceeli, it does have a little advantage inside this round. But again, we still never know. Regal might just be able to pull it away. Here we do see the Snow Zone inside the bathrooms area. Missile is out there with the flash, but was not really able to catch anyone off guard. Is to where the Tigers him down. Oh no, there's recon might just be huge. He did see kind of a huge step inside. Oh, what? He gets that crucial frag. How is that even possible? Missile is down to only 4 HP. I'm pretty sure at this point he's going to be backing off and trying to play that play that position out a little safe. Boombot out to kind of force a do out of his position, and yes, this is exactly what's going to be doing. But oh no, this is not really looking great. I mean, the man advantage is already looking good on the side of Exceeli. Unfortunately, Missile is down low, but it doesn't really matter. He still does have a decent amount of utilities. That means he can still work around for the team and try and support them from the back line. Same goes with Adu. He's also
30
down to half
seconds
HP. But again, look at Kyojin. He has a showstopper available. I feel like this is where he's going to be popping as well, because he does hear two people, but he doesn't need to pop it because he's just too good when it comes to his mechanical aims. But Falk now, this time, trading things out. He's going to be completely shutting him down. Adu is the one last man alive. It's a 1-on-2 situation. We do see Hermione inside the U-Haul area. Well, Hermione does sense the presence of Adu. He's just going to be working around and taking Adu out the game. Pretty much a casual win again for the side of Exceeli.
Yeah, a casual win for Exceeli picked up, but the eco for Regal because of that is just destroyed. Missile, you are a god. Like, while he was in that Trailblazer, there was a recon that revealed his position. Despite that, able to reset himself on time, spam perfectly to pick up that first kill. Not even spam, my bad. It's perfect spray control to get that first kill, and then backing up in time to even set up the guiding light so he gets the info if someone is pushing into him, to allow his teammates to play on a much more informed perspective. Missile just playing it beautifully right now. Exceeli with a 3-1 lead. As we said, the eco for Regal is in tatters, so they have to go for the semi-buys here. The couple of sheriffs, I think, Spectre here and there to try and reset their economy and come back with the buys in the next round. But the more rounds you lose to Exceeli, the faster they start getting stronger. And, well, map 1 was clear evidence of what happens when Exceeli gets the momentum. So Regal are going to have to try and make sure they don't lose too much here.
As you did mention, they're going to try. They're going to have to try their best. What was that, Hermione? You got to be kidding me with that shot. He just peeks out and pre-fires that. What? Hermione, stop! You got to be kidding me at this point. Just stop strolling on them. Stop stomping them like that. Exceeli, Hermione, and Lunatic just single-handedly holding that side down like a boss. Oh my god! I don't know what else to say there. Hermione just peeks out, casually spams the wall, takes him out the game as well. Adu's bow was spotted there, and then just a little hair being spotted from that side as well, and Hermione just spams him out as well. What's going on here? Lunatic and Hermione, that's the best duo on the B side now. They will have to try to figure out how to break it.
Yeah, and I really like the fact that you mentioned that, because it's evident that Exceeli have actually researched against Regal. They've changed up their defaults, where regularly you would see the Brimstone and Sova playing the defensive default on B side in the semifinals, allowing the aggressive push, as you can see in the shovels between Kyojin and Missile. This time they're playing hookah crossfires, so because they know that Regal want to try and get executes happening. So if they're able to shut down one part of the execute, they just inherently win. Now having got a kill in hookah, they're like, you know what? We can just back off. We can play on the retake, wait for our team to come through.
Yeah. Well, Exceeli's just making it look too easy against the last Regal. I don't really know what to say, because Regal, yesterday, they got a banger of a win, and now they're getting completely banged by the lads of Exceeli. It's just things happening back and forth. But look again, here we have Missile getting a little spam through the smoke. But it's fine. It's not going to be shaky many time soon. And okay, well, so I tried to kind of deal some damage like a snipe. It's still out. And what's going on? Oh, I thought he also got the third one, but unfortunately he didn't. That's a great flash from his side to kind of force Memraz out of his position. Memraz now will have to back off. He's the last man alive. It's a 1-on-4 situation going on. Kyojin, mind this, he still haven't utilized his showstopper. I'm pretty sure he's waiting for that right moment where he just sees. Oh,
hello,
no,
Kyojin?
Oh, what's going on? No, don't tell me you're just gonna be playing around with your food like that. Huh, stop it.
Kyojin, you dirty baiter. And let's hate through die. Just so, I think he was going for the knife. I'm gonna be perfectly honest. I think he was going for the knife, but then realized that Memraz, after killing Heikru, is likely just gonna end up switching out. But the shots, man. First, you see Hermione popping off with those free fires on those spots, and now Missile picking up the operator on the sky. Just getting these nutty shots, knows exactly where his opposition is. But I think all said and done right now, like, Exceeli kind of smurfing, like, just dominating on Regal. And again, pushing Regal's economy down the drain. They're forced to go onto an eco, and it's not even like they have some opportunity with their ultimates to work with. They can't use the Killjoy lockdown because the Hunter's Fury is ready for Hermione. The Guiding Light will reveal the position. The Seeker's coming out to relieve some pressure, and it does so perfectly because despite the control that Regal have got, they can't push in.
Did you just see me and Missile? He just straight up walked inside it, like towards that bathroom area. He's like, okay, well, I'm not really scared to just take the op and utilize it like a judge or shotgun in general. Well, he still does manage to find that stun onto him. Oh no, it's not really going to be happy for that one. Look at him. He was just shaking his mask around and just trying to vibe with the flow. But here you have Falk on the short, well, just gets taken out easily. What's going on? Stop smurfing around, Hate Crew. I do know that you will be one of the best players out there, but maybe you should let your opponents have a good time as well in the game. Missile is going to be connecting that span through, and look at this, what's happening? Hermione is straight up rushing inside. He's trying to run and gun around, and Missile with a classic, just dominating it through, and Kyojin will close the round out. He will seal the deal. Last man has been taken down.
Oh man, Exceeli are just continuously getting exactly what they want in every single way. Hermione right now trying to flex on them as well. I feel like he has that easy board we saw ready on his lap. He's just waiting for one more map and then he's like, easy. You know, pulling it out in the celebrations. Because right now, Exceeli doesn't seem like there is any way to pull it back. But I will try to extrapolate how it could happen. It has to be tacticality. We talked about this in the post map of map 1-2, where you need, against this composition especially, you need to force them into positions where they're unadvantageously trading out utility. But when Missile is hitting shots like those, he's already got the spike down. There just ain't no hope.
Again, raw peaks. I don't understand why are there so many raw peaks happening all the time.
Yeah.
Stop relying on your aim. I know I'm being a little too critical here, but I feel like at this point they need it. They really do need to notice that you guys are taking a lot of raw peaks. Oh, that's a great thing on the Spectre. Oh, no, he's already down to 65 HP. He tried to kind of create a lot of nuisance on the short side. But now as he's being down to 65 HP, I don't really feel like doing that is going to be a great idea. I do as well. Present, that's a great smoke from the Brimstone. It's going to be Hey Crew is the one to block all the vision off. Missile,
Right
now look at him.
What?
So close! His move is so close. Odu is completely obliterated. Missile still manages to take him out the game. What was that shot, Missile? He's hitting some nutty shots. We gotta say that. He needs to be stopped. If he's not gonna be stopped like this, then maybe we will just see Exceeli domination all the way. We might just see a 3-0 happening again. Look at this Falcon now, throwing out the Lear inside the hookah. He does know the last. I mean, the two players are inside hookah, and Lunatic is in that CT spawn. Slowly steadily moving inside. I'm pretty sure he's not going to be scared of anyone, but Zodiac still manages to take him out the game. Hermione's there to try things out, and yes, well, Zodiac just straight up walks inside Hermione's crosshair, and well, he's just going to be making it look so easy.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Regal just have no way out, and it's exactly as you said it. There's no reason to go. Yeah, I can see you cringing because of those dry peaks. There's no reason to do things like that, especially on a KJ. Why am I not seeing a turret being used for a dry peak? If you want to go for the dry peak, why am I not seeing pre-fires coming out? Because you have to expect Missile to be confident. You have to expect Exceeli to be willing to take those fights because they're rolling right now. They're feeling themselves, and without those pre-fires, without the understanding, there is no room for Regal to make any moves. They're not even using their ultimates to try and find some ground. They're continuously relying on their aim, and Exceeli is continuously just shutting them down. Now the Viper's Pit to shut off a shot. Missile is taking Shower's control, and with this, the hookah crossfire set up. Kyojin now coming through to guarantee that they don't even get be long. The map is Exceeli's playground, but look at this. They're trying to answer back, but Hate Crew plays it to perfection. Uses that cubby well and finds the wall back though.
I don't even know if he utilized that cubby well at this point because he just straight up spray transferred and and he still managed to come out on top in that fight. I don't really know how's that possible there. That just got me kind of freaked out. I mean, the scoreline in itself tells us how advanced and how comfortable Exceeli are on the map of Bind. And I'm pretty sure in the future lines, if anyone wants to challenge a team like Exceeli on the map of Bind, please ban it. Don't challenge it. Just ban it. Like, at this point, you just don't really have any hopes left. Look at this. It's 71, a complete domination, a single-handed domination from their side. There's no way Regal's able to fight back.
30 seconds left.
Oh no. The snake bite in the toxic pick forces Spectre into updraft and dash in, which means the position is known. Missile will take him out with just a frenzy, and Lunatic will find another. Despite the trade going down, this Reyna will not be queen for much longer. Her position revealed. Exceeli take them down, and Missile make sure he saves the operator as well. Continuing on to this 8-1 scoreline, and damn, there is just the hope. Like, talking about this double kill, it's exactly as you said. The spray transfer is perfect, but like even more, like in general, you see a lot of these spray transfers and we applaud them. What I find astounding is that even more than the spray transfer, he did it while shifting his sightline into the copy. He had to maintain the perfect tracking and the perfect spray control to make it happen. And well, hey crew, well, he's certainly gonna get haters from the side of Regal after that.
Yeah.
That was kind of nasty.
That was definitely kind of nasty, though. But again, I mean, I do have a little pep talk for the lads of Regal. It's fine even if you guys don't really make it. As I did mention, you do have a wildcard position secured for yourself. That's quite big in itself. And look at this Hunter's Fury. Well, still Hermione able to deal so much damage with that. A lot of value has been found in general. And, well, again, just a casual stroll on a summer's day. We'll be taking out Spectre. And look at this. Well, how much map control Exceeli has gone for themselves. This is absolutely massive. It's a 2-on-5 situation already. And I can already tell this is going to be a flawless round.
See, Shower's control now pushing in. Missile is ready. Those spots at the shoulder of the Sova, but doesn't know the KJ is there. Spots out the shoulder of that. The wall, the shot does tag, but through the wall, so a little bit of damage done. The flash now coming through. The guiding light did flash out Kyojin, and Kyojin right now just panicking a little bit. The ADS throwing him off guard. Memoros did take him out, and the flawless was denied, but another round picked up for Exceeli Esports. 9-1. They're just looking to smurf their way to the VCC Grand Finals right now. They're so damn strong.
Yeah, well, just take a look at the replay. A complete single-handed domination from the side of Exceeli. Well, look, we still never know. Maybe you know what? I'm still hanging on that little hope that's left, like that 1% hope that's left for Regal.
Fair enough.
Maybe they can make the comeback happen. Maybe, you know, there's a lot of maybes here. Let's just see now. I mean, again, Missile aggressively posted on that long side with that operator. Hopefully, again, no dry peaks are being seen because Reyna does have that leader to kind of support herself. But look at Missile. Well, that aggressive peak is being taken from his side, but finally this time Falcon's the one who is going to be deleting Missile out the game. This is a massive opening that has been found. The operator being taken off early. Finally, we do see those kind of tactical peaks happening in the game. But look at Dojin. What? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. He still haven't utilized his showstopper. And oh my god, that's a nasty shot. That is absolutely disgusting. I mean, single-handedly, Gyojin have got himself that 3K. It's a 1-on-3 situation now. It's all down to Zodiac. He has a lot of pressure on his shoulder. He has a lot of burden on his shoulder. He needs to carry his team to victory. They need to at least get one more round at the board. That would give them so much confidence.
Oh my
and they didn't realize this. And look at this, Hermione just tagging him out through the wall. That's a great recon dart, but again, he has not been spotted out, but it doesn't matter. Hate Crew just is so advanced. In general, the entire squad, the entire team of Exceeli is just really advanced. As you did mention, there's just smurfing. At this point, it literally feels like I'm watching a game where, okay, I don't want to, yeah, there's just smurfing.
I mean, I will give props to Falk for pre-firing the angle. That's something I did want to see, and he was able to take out Missile. But Kyojin just be like, see ya! Pulls out that boombot and gets the triple kill, avenging the death of his fellow teammate. And honestly, I feel like less avenging, more trying to catch up in the scorecards. You're like, wait, Missile is down, now I get to catch up with the kills that Missile has got. Right now, Exceeli, it does seem like they have every answer in the book to Regal's plays, because Regal have been able to find no ground. Exceeli are switching up their setup though. The Viper and the Raze this time playing B, and I think this has a lot to do with the fact that continuously we've seen Regal take B long control. Kyojin is ready, and Spectre gonna try to contest him, but the guiding light comes out. Kyojin going for the peak, and he'll take him out.
He will definitely take him out, and look at that now.
Oh wow.
Seeker's out as well. Well, I mean, pretty much that has revealed so much. But here we have the brrrr gun, and I'm just waiting for it to start its domination. I'm just waiting for that left click to be held on, and I'm just waiting for that lawnmower to completely load him on as well. And look at this. Well, here we go. Little spams coming in through. That's a lot of info. Again, be collected. That's a good Hunter's Fury from the side of a two. Finally, We do see the lads of Regal stepping themselves up, utilizing those utilities, utilizing that ult in the right time, and this is what they exactly needed. But still, Lunatic, look at this, the aggression, the confidence that
30
Lunatic has inside this entire game. He's got spotted out by that recon dart, and yes, well, I mean, they're probably going to be taking the full advantage of it. Hey, Drew is there to hold it off, but what? He managed to get himself 2. He probably can't get himself a 3K, but finally, Regal showing themselves on top, getting themselves those kills, getting themselves that round, and Adu is going to be the man who finally stepped up.
I have to say, a bit of a question mark from me from Missile for the Odin, because while I love the Odin in itself, he did the same thing in the last round of the defensive half for Exceeli in their map against the Insurgent, where only in the last round he pulls out the Odin just for fun, I think.
Yeah.
But irrespective, like, it didn't really matter there. A really nice Hunter's Fury that finally came out. Like, it had been in their hands for so long, but hey, they did use it. They did find at least one more round, so now 10-2. While it's still looking very, very dire for the side of Regal, maybe, just maybe, they can pull something back on defense, but the pistol has to be where it starts. You lose this pistol, you're looking at map point, you're looking down the bucket with Exceeli just staring at you, ready to pop your head off. And now you can see Regal, they're trying to set up this 3-man B-Long stack. They've given a hookah away for free, but with the Sky playing B-Long, this is going to be a very difficult place to hold.
Again,
All right.
well, I've been found. Oh, okay, that's good. That's absolutely good. The opening frag has been found. Exceeli as well trying to fight back. Falcon's the only man who's trying his best to hang on to the side, but finally the side has been cleared. Exceeli, do you have the entire side controlled? Fight being planted as well. Well, now, I mean, the post-line position, we don't really see any tactical positions being taken from their side as well. It's just some casual positions being taken. Spectre slowly, steadily moving into the elbow area. That's a our drone. Well, he has been spotted out. Unfortunately, Member's position has been given away. That's a great shot from Missile. Going to be completely shutting down Spectre. It's all down to that last man alive from their side. Members is trying his best to fight back now. He has evened out the man advantage that Exceeli had. That's a great third placement from his side. Maybe he's going to be able to get this round in his hand. And yes, he does. He manages to take out Missile. And I'm pretty sure he also has enough time. And that's a great round. That's a great clutch coming out from the side of Regal. Memras, wow. I mean, I got to say, he has made himself a spot in my heart for himself.
A really key error too from the side of Missile there. I guess he didn't realize that Memras did spot out his shoulder, because he was trying to wallbang through the tube on the spike point, expecting Memras as soon as he set up his turret to go for the defuse. But Memras, smart player, makes sure to check all of his angles and takes them down. This pistol was crucial to a possible comeback for Regal, and they make it happen. So the hope is definitely still there. The hope is alive for Exceeli. They will not give up the pressure. They are relentless. Pick up the weapons for a force buy right now. 5 Spectres versus 5 Spectres on either side. It's Regal with the advantage because they have full shields versus the light shields of Exceeli though. So let's see if Regal are able to demolish the eco of Exceeli with this round.
I mean, yeah, we are seeing a little bit of overconfidence being shown from the side of Exceeli, but it's fine. Maybe if it's as long as they're getting those rounds in the hands. Unfortunately, they did give away that pistol round, but it's fine. They're looking pretty confident inside this round now. They're already cleared out the entire bathroom area for themselves. And look at this, Spectre trying his best to fight back. Missile has to completely strike down. This is where Hermione is trying to work around as well. And look at Spectre, he's down to only 40 HP. Kojin as well, getting himself those kills. Lunatic following it up. And what? Within a blink of an eye, we're down to that 1v4 situation. And Regal again on the receiving end. What?
11-3 now for Exceeli. They make the force by work and they only lose a single weapon, so the eco for Regal is gone. They're in an impossible situation now. They can either force and play with disadvantageous weapons because they have no money. They got no kills. They got no defuse. They have no money to make that force buy. So the weapons will be very, very bad for them. Or they go for an eco and they put themselves in a situation where Exceeli have the weapons advantage to not just get match point, but get match point with the eco severely in their favor, because the weaponry is just gonna get worse for Regal if they lose this round as well. Now they have 4 Spectres and 1 Sheriff, so only one player gonna try to play the longer range fights while the rest of them go for the shorter range battles. But Exceeli, they are just relentless. Again, very aggressive. They've already taken hooker control. They found long control with the walk-in from Heikru and Missile, and now with the guiding lights coming out, Missile is ready to go, but he doesn't need no guiding lights because he has the Seekers. But Falk, through that, he's able to find one kill. The dismiss coming out, but Falk will get hunted down, and Kyojin securing site as well. Meaning Exceeli, they should get match point right here.
They do get the man advantage. It's a 2-on-4 situation now. Just like that, Exceeli have found themselves the entire side. Look at Lunatic. He's expecting someone to be on the flank lines. He's already holding down that hookah area. Lunatic won't. Memra straight up walks inside his crosshair. He's the one who managed to connect the first shot. And what's Harmony? Still, he's alive, even though he got caught off guard with that bow in his hands. And well, Spectre was not really able to convert those tags into kill.
Boy, 12-3 right now. And honestly, I was looking at the clock all this time, and we're at match point for map 2, and I don't even think it's been, I think it's been a little over 20 minutes. Not only have Exceeli dominated, but they've dominated in rapid pace. They've pushed aggressively every single round. They've been willing to take the fights, and they've continuously punishing Regal for their approach to the game. Spectre on 3 kills to his name, just not able to find any ground to work with, just getting shot down again and again. Does find a couple players to his showers, but you can see the confidence is running low on that player. He's just gonna back up, run out there, knows not to take any fights, because if he does, there's gonna be a boom bot in his face, there's gonna be a guiding light, maybe even a wolf coming out. Exceeli now setting their sights on this A side. A really nice lineup to cut off that A shot angle. They execute with this showers control to come in.
As you did mention, that's a great lineup from the side of Viper as well to cut off any kind of line of sight being created from the lamps area. Well, smokes being out from the side of Hate Crew. This is also going to be giving them a lot of visual info at the same time. It's going to be denying so much visual info on the defending side, but it doesn't matter. That's a great recon from the side of Badu. It's going to be taken down. Well, as I was saying, Exceeli just completely dominating their way through. Well, I got to say, Kyojin from Exceeli is the one completely dominating his way through. Again, he has his showstopper ready, and throughout the game, I don't feel like he has used it once. And just like that, without utilizing his showstopper even once, he gets that round in his hand. And pretty much Exceeli just dominating on the map of Bind and rolling over the lands of Regal.
I will say I would have really liked to see the easy boards from Hermione come out after this map, but I guess he's saving it for the big bang, saving it for the full win when they actually, if they're actually able to pick up this series. But at this point, the if is very close to win, because Exceeli dominate Regal in map 2, their own map choice, 13-3, they pick up the win, and now going on to Ascent. I mean, with Missile playing like that on a Sky when he's back on a Jet, oh my god, my mind is going to be blown.
As you did mention now, I mean, he's going to be going back on the Jet, which is his kind of like comfort pick. He is the duelist main kind of player, but even with the Sky, I felt like he was doing pretty fantastic, supporting his team, and just overall such a flexible role being played in the map of Bind. That was a massive curveball being thrown. I'm pretty sure, I mean, no one expected him to kind of, just switch onto the Sky there and just actually completely dominate the way through. That was actually a Battle Sky that was being utilized, but at the same time, he was also using those flashes to gather a lot of info. But yeah, I mean, do you have any other points to add on? Because I feel like there's pretty much less to talk about it.
I mean, it's just the same conversation again, but Regal don't really seem like they've got the correct mentality to try and fight back against Exceeli, because this is not the Regal we know. They are a much, much better team. They're just not able to showcase all of their potential here right now, because I feel like they are a little tilted perhaps. They are like starting to rely. I feel like the comms are getting shut down and players are just like, you know what, I'm going to try to make a couple of hero plays. And well, that's not going to work against Exceeli because there's heroes all around on that team. They will find those triple, they'll find those quadras, and they'll just shut you down. Like in that map, Exceeli thoroughly down, even end up trolling each other. Kyojin with not killing the Memoras when Heikru went down, and then Missile flashing out Kyojin and Kyojin going down. You can see the banter between the teammates, and the banter comes through because they're dominating. So Exceeli right now just on cloud 9, ready to make it to the VCC Grand Finals.
As you did mention, Exceeli just completely on that cloud 9. Well, their confidence has been it has been throughout of the world, right? And especially as we did know that it's the really freaking great map. I mean, Exceeli is just so good when it comes to the map of Bind, and this is what they exactly showed, right? They kind of tested the tempo on the map of Heaven, and they were like, okay, if we're able to dominate on Heaven, even though if we're not really that great on the map of Heaven, imagine what we can do on Bind. And this is what they exactly did. They had a lot of confidence shifting onto the map of Bind, and they pretty much showed it. Like they pretty much showed the confidence that they had. Nothing else was being done, right? We didn't even see a lot of tactical approaches being taken from the side of Exceeli on the map of Bind as much as it was shown on the map of Heaven. But taking a look at the overall stats, of course, the man Kyojin is going to be on the top.
Yeah, Kyoshin on the top and 7 first bloods on his Sky. What?
Yeah.
As you said, man, back to the Sky it is. The pop flashes were perfect for missile.
Yeah.
And well, on the side of Regal, it's a bit disappointing to see players like the Spectre on just 3 kills. Like we've seen him do much better, but just not able to find his ground. Falk did perform much better than he did on map 1, but it just wasn't enough. And I feel like the key issue with the side of Regal is that they're not committing to one particular playstyle. Like if I give one simple example, recently when Exceeli were on the attack and you could see the triple stack for the side of Regal on B long, as soon as Fal got 1 kill, he dismissed backwards. You should never do that. You should dismiss forwards so that your teammates on that stack can get that information and swing out. That way you maintain B long control, because that's the entire idea of triple stacking B long, because you know Hookah is going to be given away for free. Once you get that kill, you dismiss forward, you get a couple more kills in B long, and you shut down this double execute from Exceeli, and therefore the retake becomes easier. But there is no commitment from Regal, and Exceeli just dominate.
As it did mention, Exceeli just dominated the way through. But again, now this also, like the way Regal is getting dominated, I feel like this also just gets my head back into the kind of map window that we saw, and we did
Yeah.
see that split being banned. So I really felt like that was kind of a comfort ban being made from the side of Regal, which means they could have actually went for a
It was Exceeli.
ban, but unfortunately they did. That was a comfort ban being made from their side, and I don't really know why did they do that? I mean, I do understand maybe getting inside the game, they must have high morals, they must have had a high confidence. But again, I feel like if they would have banned Bind out, maybe they would have had a better chance.
I believe it was Exceeli though, but I guess we'll
Oh,
get a
was it Exceeli? Oh,
confirmation
okay,
soon
okay.
enough. Yeah, but still, like I agree with the entire veto process itself.
Yeah.
I feel like Haven not the greatest of maps to start on. Before now, we're gonna take a small break and be back with you in a jiffy to see if Regal can bounce back, maybe pull off a reverse sweep, or if Exceeli are just like, hey, you know what, we gotta go grab our dinners real quick, so we're gonna finish off map 3 just like that. So don't go anywhere. We'll see you with map 3 soon enough.
The new Classic Mark III. Get your mark on.
mic on. Get your mic on.
The strength of metal.
Get your mic on. Get your mic on. Yo, get your mic on. Get your mic on.
The new classic Mark III. Get your mark on.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Valorant Conquerors Championship, brought to you by NODWIN Gaming, with Gillette as our grooming partner and Talk Esport as our digital publication partner. My name is Sia, and joining me is Necro on the desk. And I feel like I'm a little euphoric right now, Necro, because like Exceeli, they literally show me what I like to watch before I go to bed. You just like get to see a team smurfing or another, and you feel good about yourself. You think maybe you could do it, and then you make sure you don't play a game, so you don't realize you can't.
I really listen. I just don't really want to be that rude for Regal here. Look, I feel bad for them. It's fine. Look, I mean, again, it's a one-win situation. Look, like a serious face. You guys can see there's no smile on my face anymore. But yeah, stop. Okay, look, a serious face. Like getting my note onto the board here is that even if you do not manage to win this, as I did mention in the past as
Yeah.
well, you do have the wild card slot for yourself, and you can always like. Imagine you have faced against one of the best teams out there in the Bangladesh region. That means you can go ahead and watch what kind of mistakes you made. This is such a massive edge over any other team in the Bangladesh. That means you guys can be the second best team out there. Think about it.
Yeah, exactly. That's the point that Regal should be remembering right now in this map, especially. They're the second best team in Bangladesh. They
Yeah.
deserve to be here. They've fought
Yep.
against all odds. They beat really good teams to get here. I want to see that confidence because, like, all the fun we make of what is happening, Regal
Yeah.
are a really good team. We're just not seeing them at their fullest potential, and that's
Yep,
what
yep.
makes it that much more disappointing. But right now, I'm too excited about a certain pick to be talking about Regal. Thank you, Kyojin. We finally get to see a Phoenix outside of the India qualifiers. Let's go, baby. It's Phoenix time.
Triple, baby. We're finally
Yeah.
going to be getting hearing that. You know, I mean, Kojin, he has got himself quite a lot of triples, but let's see if we are actually going to be able to hear that voice line there because it's been a long time. I'm not going to lie, it's been a long
Select your
time because even
agent.
myself, I haven't really had enough time to play Valo myself. So, you know, I do want to hear that Phoenix voice lines. I mean, in general, like, what do you think of his voice lines, right? I just feel like Phoenix is such a cool character.
Exactly. I mean, even when you pick him, right? Like when
Yeah.
they were in the Asian selection, I feel like it matches Kyojin because Phoenix would have been like, just take a seat. I got this. And that's exactly what Kyojin is going to be saying. Like, just, you know what, Missile, calm down, bro. You're top fragging too much. Let me take a bit more of that because he is our MVP from the best of three in the semifinals. So I'm excited to see a lot more of this Phoenix. I think Kyojin is a player who could really excel on it because we've seen him excel on Reyna. We've seen him excel on Raze. I feel like Phoenix is the simplified version of both of those agents combined, where you have the utility, but you still have the self-sustainability with your Molotovs to get you your heal, or even the wall to get you your heal. But the key thing I'm really excited about is how a tactical team like Exceeli is able to control the A main, B main areas in Ascent to get the ultops on Kyojin as much as possible. For a fragger like Kyojin, if you get him those ultops early, like you could see maybe 4 or 5 Phoenix ultimates in one half, and if that actually happens, that's nuts. Like, can you imagine 4 or 5 running backs in one half?
Exactly, but now, I mean, 4 or 5 running backs. Yeah, I mean, of course, there is a possibility, but again, I mean, you're saying that Regal is going to get dominated completely, even on the map of
Maybe.
Sets. Well, hopefully that doesn't really happen. I want to see Regal as well, you know, strike back because, as you did mention in the backlines as well in the past, that they do have it. I believe in them.
Yeah.
I believe in them. They have gone over here. They have destroyed the competition that they had. I mean, 2-0ing even in the quarterfinals, 2-0ing even in the semifinals. That means they do have it. They do have the makings of a great tier team. But again, a little bit more, I feel like team coordination in general. They do have players who are individually skilled. They do have individually skilled players. All they need to do is work around with those team tactics and a little bit more strategies and just trying to get yourself good with those team coordination and team comms. And I feel like Regal might just be one of the best teams out there as well. But yeah, I also wanted to point one more thing out. Now, you can take a look at Harmony's cam, and this man doesn't even have a gaming chair. Imagine what happens if he gets a gaming chair.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I
Wow.
just noticed that actually.
Oh my God.
Really
He's
nice
sitting on a wooden
observation.
chair. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it is just that easy board. He says like the
Yeah.
lad doesn't need the resources, but I'm sure if they win this qualifier finals, like coming into the playoffs there, especially with the insane amount of money on the line, if they can make it to the top 4 in the playoffs, they definitely Hermione might be able to get a couple of grades for himself, not just with the chair, but in general through the setup and all of it, because that's a very like important point for all of these players, like in
Yeah.
especially in the regions like Bangladesh, Nepal, Bhutan, and Afghanistan, where the resources are a little lacking for the community, and I feel like the VCC is so important to help boost the esports community, especially to the elders in their family, like help them understand how crucial this can be to their success and show them how great the success can be in the esports industry as a whole.
Exactly, as you did mention. I mean, again, as you did mention, it's still kind of rising in the
Yeah.
Bangladesh region, right? The esports still kind of blooming. It's still on that phase where it is growing slowly and steadily, especially if you already do have a team like Exceeli, kind of qualifying for the playoffs. This is a massive kind of thing in itself, right? Because players do start seeing that potential. Even parents do start seeing the potential in the esports, and they do realize, oh, this is a massive kind of opportunity for our kids in general, and in general, even for the players that are playing. They do put each and everything they have on the line, their emotions, their kind of their entire time as well. They dedicate so much time in general to kind of get the best out there, and again, this is what really pays off, right? The dedication being shown from both the sides, the dedication being shown from the team as well. This is what really pays off for a team's success, or for a player in general is success. And look at this. It seems like, well, they're having a little bit of chat in the technical timeout.
Yeah, I think. Oh wait, never mind. I thought it was an
Party.
issue for Memoras. I had they're having a party.
Yeah.
I guess that's perfect, right? You get Phoenix into the picture. He is that sort of like an Asian where. Oh my. The Sovereign Sword too just makes that so much worse. Oh my god.
Just slicing and dicing. But yeah.
No. Oh.
But
no.
here we have
I
well,
have
I
that
mean-
image in my mind now.
a technical timeout here. But again, who exactly is having the problem? I feel like all the camera feeds are available. Maybe, as you did mention, maybe it can't just be a problem from the client side. But again, I mean, maybe this technical timeout will give a little bit of mental reset time for the lads of Regal Esports. Maybe they will have enough amount of time for themselves to reset their mentality and maybe try and look in the forward, because always look, there's still a chance that they can pull back. Maybe they can at least make this competition a 3-1. That would be at least end on a good note, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I have to remember the semifinals yesterday. Regal looked so damn good on their defense and ascent. So if they can use that
Yeah.
momentum to keep pushing forward, start off well in this map in the first half itself, I think it'll be important. But Kyojin on that Phoenix, he says, take a seat, I got this. And he certainly does. Picks up that first blood. Now looking for more. They've taken A-side control for themselves. But Regal a little too aggressive. You don't need to contest it right then and there. A do goes down, but Falcon Zodiac with immediate trace. Now 2v3 on the map, but with the Killjoy on Lunatic really low, this retake definitely possible.
This retake's definitely possible without a doubt, but I mean, it's a 2-on-3 situation. As you did mention, Killjoy is down low. And Regal, now, they're trying their best to fight back. There are only 2 players alive. It's going to be the Reyna and Killjoy. I don't really know how they're going to be working with each other, though. That turret's out, and you know, it's really kind of useful, especially those missile rounds. Oh, that's a big kill being found by Falcon. Now, I mean, yep, Killjoy will be pretty much easily being taken down. Now, it's all down to Hey Crew. He tried to fight back, but that's a great retake from the side of Regal. And gotta say, Falcon, though, he played a massive role into that retake. He had a 4K in the end of the day. But yeah, I also gotta say, I mean, I gotta say that Regal have gotten themselves a place in my heart without a doubt. Because take a look at the rep cams as well, right? And it seems like they're really young lads from the Bangladesh region, and this is absolutely respectable.
Yeah, 100%. They're not giving up either. If you notice on the webcams, their morale is still on a really good note. So I'm excited to see how now that we saw this from Falc on Haven yesterday in round 1 in the pistol, where he executed a very nice push, just one by one taking those isolated fights and finding himself an ace, and he proceeded to pop off in that map. So maybe now using this momentum, he can do this exact same thing. It's going to be buys coming through for the side of Regal Esports, as Exceeli, they have to go on to the eco. Again, this is why like we expect so much from Regal, because you
Yeah.
can see their pure skill in these pistols. They continuously win these pistols because they clearly have the aim. They definitely have the brains from what we seen yesterday. We just need to see them in conjunction in this map, and I think we will likely be, because you can see very tactical over here. The aim and control being taken by Spectre now allows for a rotation likely to come through, especially with this KJ turret being spotted out. They should know that Exceeli's setting the sights on B.
Yeah, pretty much as you did say, the turret also revealing quite a decent amount of info. Even though alarm bot being triggered now, this should pretty much give them a go call that okay, maybe we do see Exceeli kind of exceeding towards the B side. Well, Kyojin is kind of ready to just straight in flood inside. So already as well, all the way onto the CT side. Who's going to be the man? Look at Missile just dashing onto the side casually because of that recon dart. They all are getting spotted, and they're getting spammed through by quite a lot. Look at that. They're down to such low HP, but they still manage to fight back in that
Oh my
situation.
god.
Well, they already do have that B side control just like that. And mind this was actually a force being committed from the side of Exceeli, and they still managed to win this round out. But look at Missile, he's down low, but he does have that Marshall in his hand. If he manages to connect that crucial headshot, that means Spectre will be shut down. And Spectre, he is one of those star players on the squad of Regal.
Yeah, 2v4 with two players on Exceedingly low. It's definitely still possible. You see, a Missile and Lunatic have very low health bars, but this recon, oh, it's messed up by Hermione, and that allows Falk to move in. Now Falk picking up a double. Hermione will take down Spectre, but Falk with the triple ran out of bullets, had to pull out the pistol, but Hermione there on time will find the kill and will find the round win for Exceeli. A lot of damage done, but they don't care because it was almost an equal investment from both of the sides. The forced buy from Exceeli working out, and I think more than the round win, what is really going to hurt Regal is the fact that again their momentum has been lost. They need to try and find it once again in the round after this, because now they're going to have to go for Nico.
As you did mention, now they have been forced on an eco. And Regal now, well, they did start their day off on a good note. I mean, the map off on a good note, but unfortunately, they were not really converted because Exceeli just completely forced by that previous round, and here we lose the, well, the running back being in action. Kyojin is all the way found himself so much map control. Look at that. This is an easy side take by their side. Exceeli easily getting that side control. Missile as well. Look at that. I mean, as we talk about, right? Like their confidence is just on another level. Look at this. Missile has a really great position. He almost managed to take out Falk, but Falk instead tried things out. But this is where the advantage is looking really gay. And what is happening? Kyojin getting himself a 2K, but Heikru is there to close things out, and Falk is gonna get shut down.
Really almost like perfect round from Regal. They did a lot of damage and were in a really nice spot in a 4v2 to be able to pull out a thrifty percussion just too good. Knew that a lurk was coming through because of the alarm bar being triggered. Make sure to shut down Memoraz, and because of that it was effectively just a 2v3 on the side. Heikru playing the transformer angle really well, able to pick up a double kill for himself and get the plant down, meaning now you've got that Astra ultimate online. They used to run it back in the last round to set up and execute. Now maybe we can expect them to use that cosmic divide to do the exact same thing. And the really important part is again and again they're prioritizing this ult-orb control. It's not going to Kyojin actually, it's instead going to Lunatic. That's because he's at 6 out of 7 out points. The lockdown now gonna come through, and without the Hunter's Fury ready for a 2, this side just has to be given up for free by Regal.
As you did say, Hunter's Fury as well, kind of ready as well. And as you did mention, this side is pretty much given away for free because the lockdown, they had to move away. They can't really just stick back in there and try to deal as much as damage as possible. The Astra Divide coming in as well. The Cosmic Divide coming in as well. Hate Crew, you like Astra perfectly, but that was a good pull as well. But Zodiac finally strikes in. He's making some massive plays happen, and what? They managed to close that round out on their favor. Wow, Regal. Well, that's quite a great retake. Gotta say that Zodiac striked in. But again, I also gotta point one more thing out. Is that up till now, Regal is the squad that has been relying so much on those individual plays, right? I feel like the only time they're really able to get those rounds in their hands is like whenever someone manages to get a 3K or 4K. That should not really be happening, especially when you're playing a team game.
Yeah, definitely. But winning that round is going to give them a lot of momentum because Exceeli making a couple of key errors there. Like Hyojin did not need to peek that early, especially since the Cosmic Divide was coming down. And then I'm not sure what happened to Heikru because he definitely saw the Sova but didn't go for the shots. I guess was trying to take out Zodiac, but in that moment of confusion, Zodiac punishes them beautifully, picks up that triple kill, and now forcing Exceeli onto the eco. The tables have once again turned. It's the side of Regal with the momentum, and we'll see if they're able to maintain it. Now, despite Exceeli being on an eco, you have to be scared of this Blade Storm on Missile. I think like this Blade Storm we've seen on the hands of a lot of players just flipping around rounds, and Missile
my
trying to make
God.
that happen, but they dismiss his time perfectly, baits Missile out, and Adu is able to take him out.
That was I mean, that dismiss was made in the right nick of time as well. I mean, that's a perfect dismiss. This is what you can ask for. Hey, Crew now trying to fight back in the position that he has found himself. And as we all do know, Exceeli have been forced on an eco, but they're still managing to do quite a decent amount of damage. Look at this. Spectre's position being compromised. Oh no! I thought Dojin might just be able to connect those shots, but unfortunately he wasn't really able to. Spectre going to be taking out Harmony out the game as well. It's all down to that one last man alive. Hey, Crew. He's hiding behind those stairs in the mid. Zodiac, well, he has no clue where exactly he is. Present. Finally, Heycrew's position being revealed, but that's a great shot! Just slapping Zodiac out the game. Heycrew's position pretty much being compromised. That recon dart's going to be revealing his position as well. The second tick's coming in through, and Adu, well, how can you expect this man to miss shots like those? I mean, he is not going to miss that.
Yeah, definitely. Props have to be given, not just to Adu, but Spectre as well. Like, in that moment, I felt like Hyojin could have capitalized, but Spectre repositioning, you can see on the replay, just locking onto heads, takes out both Hyojin as well as Hermione. But having said that, like, I do want to say, after the Phoenix, yeah, that line came again. I love the Astra voice line. Thank you, production, for showing it to us twice. Just swag indeed. The Astra is so damn, like, chill. In general, she has really nice voice lines. But hey, the momentum is what we really lock onto because it's so important for either of these teams. Regal right now with a strong look for themselves. If they can win this round, the buy for Exceeli, they will secure the momentum in their favor. They will bring open the option for an operator to come through on Spectre. So this round is crucial if they are looking to orchestrate a comeback through in this series. Now Exceeli trying to switch it up. They're going for mid control. The Hunter series really early, and Missile with the perfect adjustment goes for one and is trying to take down Adu, trying to avenge his teammates, but not going to find him. Instead, Adu doing well to at least trade out Missile's kill.
As you did mention, Adu doing pretty well to at least trade those kills out. Look at that Missile now. I mean, the entry onto the side pretty much has still not been found. Stance coming in through from the side of Killjoy, was able to connect a little bit of shots, but not really able to connect a lot of shots. That's a great shot from Falk, striking in like a Viper. Look at that now. Looking all the way in the back. Nice Missile has a key positioning, but he gets instantly traded out by Adu there. Adu, gotta say, this man has been the star player up till now for the entire squad of Regal. This man has been stepping in when his team needs him the most. Look at this, Memros trying his best to kind of even things out. Hermione, no, he's on a prowl. He's feeling himself, just to not give him some side peeks like those. But finally, well, Memros is going to be the one to seal the deal. Yeah, CA.
He had the recon.
Yeah.
He could have just gone.
He was pissed though. I don't really know.
Yeah, that's why though. Like, cause his position was already known. He could have gone for the, like, normally in a 1v1 you think a Sova when he has the recon shouldn't go for it because he shouldn't reveal his position. But in that moment, Memoraz knew exactly where Hermione was. Going for that recon would have bought him a lot more time to go around that play. And if the recon actually spotted Memoraz out, then he could have just pulled out his Hunter's Fury because that cubby is not wall bangable. He could have in that cubby itself used the Hunter's Fury to at least cut down the health of Memoraz, making that 1v1 easier. But nevertheless, back to the momentum factor. Spectre's really stepping up. We talked about how we were disappointed on the last map with Spectre's performance. Well, I'm certainly not disappointed in this. He is making it work and showing the potential. We see a double kill picked up for him already. Exceeli now feeling the pressure.
Exceeli now definitely feeling the pressure. Look at this though. Here comes the dark cover from his side. Zodiac is looking to peek out from the mid, but that's a great shot from Hermione, instantly shutting down Zodiac. He was not really able to gather a lot of info, rather than knowing that he got taken out by Hermione. Look at this. Hate Crew has managed to sneak up quite a lot, all the way deep inside. No, I don't really know if that was a great decision by his side. and that's why he will have to pay the price for a hate crew being shut down. Oh, unfortunately, those kind of mistakes will not be spared this time. And I also do like, as you did mention, that a lot of momentum has been gained over the lads of Exceeli on the map. It was sent by the lads of Regal. And this is what we like to see. Finally, Regal stepping themselves up.
30
And
seconds
finally,
left.
seems like they've realized what kind of mistakes they made against the lads of Exceeli. And they're trying to work around it. And this is what I'd like to see. There's always room for improvement, but you cannot really improve when you get hit by such a shot and you're right in their face. Look at that lunatic. That's a great turn to make sure the area is clear out as well.
Enemy
Falk
remaining.
is holding kind of an off
Spike
angle,
down.
because I did mention he's not going to be expecting that. Last man's down low. Hermione can't really do much, and Adu will be sealing the deal.
I really wish that instead of going for the door, Lunatic had gone for the plant, because in the priority in that round isn't about trying to win the round. It should be about making as much money as possible, since it is your eco round. So if you get the plant through, then you can ask Hermione to cover your flank while you do that, and maybe they would have, even if they hadn't won the round, they would have at least picked up a couple kills and the plant to be able to hurt the eco of Regal a little bit and stabilize their own. But right now, 5-2. I was really hoping we would get to see the operator from Spectre, but I guess he doesn't want to jinx what is a good run so far. He's been playing very well on the rifles, so he's continuing on that momentum. We will see though if it works out, because right now the running back is online for Kyojin, and I think that's exactly what they're going to use. The running back especially so key against a Killjoy, because it has an ability to clear out all of her utility and make her useless.
But look at this, though. The running back's active as well. Kyojin was the one who kind of popped his ultimate. Now, he gets just straight to push in without being careless. Unfortunately, I feel like there's a lot of players who are going to get detained by that. Oh, look at this, though. Unfortunately, no one being detained. And look at the position Memraz has for himself, but it doesn't matter. Exceeli already has a man advantage. As I was trying to say, that Zodiac kind of evening things out. Now it's a 1-on-2 situation. Hermione, that's a great recon, was not really able to connect, and he spammed through the wall. We still do see Zodiac available, or kind of in that alleyway, but he's not really stepping in, and I really like this dual approach he's taking. But Hermione's kind of has an off angle, but Zodiac expects it. He's down to 11 HP, but as long as he seals the deal, that's all that matters.
What I don't understand is why Hermione's Hunter's Fury did not come out to deny the defender's sided lockdown. That would have made sure that Missile was not in an impossible position. Because right here, he's confused. Should he go for the push and try to take them out? Knows that he'll likely get killed if he does that. Should he try and back out, but he doesn't have enough space? I think Hermione, a key error there, needed to pull out the Hunter's Fury to control that lockdown itself and make sure his team gets a free entry, because without that, now Exceeli, despite the fact that they invested both the lockdown and the running back, they don't actually pick up the round, and Regal are picking up the momentum. This is the form we wanted to see from this team all along. Falk on 12 kills, really starting to show the confidence, and the confidence is so important for these players, because as you mentioned earlier too, they're younger players, so they need that little bit of a boost, a little bit of more motivation to really make their effort count. Like Exceeli trying to set up a narrow A cosmic divide. This is really cool, because you can just go for the narrow plant right here next to the boxes and then play on the complete post plant with your Hunter's Fury.
Yeah, this is absolutely massive, considering the fact that on the map of the A side is pretty much massive, so you can make plays like those happen. And look at the position that Missile has for himself, but now he has to fall back. He does realize that position just reveals so much confidence in general. Look at Zodiac. He's trying to create himself an off angle, but he's not going to be able to do that. Oh, the Phoenix is ready with the curveball. He's ready with the flash, and this is what he's exactly going to be doing. He manages to trade things out, but Falk is the one who takes down Missile. That's pretty much a crucial frac that they need. Finally, Hunter's Fury out to kind of deny any kind of diffuses happening on the spike here. He does manage to attack Memraz out, but look at Hate Crew. He wrapped all the way around towards the catwalk, and well, finally manages to get another round in their hands.
That was a picture perfect execute. Step number 1, set up your execute ultimate, the cosmic divide, in the angle, because in the angle the player can't even peek out of the cosmic divide, because as soon as you do so, you're blocked by that tiny wooden block at the cubby area, and you can't really peek, and you can be wall banged in that spot. So as soon as Spectre tries to peek out, he gets forced back, and because of that, the plant easily goes down. Number 2 is you don't pop the Hunter's Fury early, because you have to buy time for your flanker to wrap around Spike Hate Crew did, so that even if you lose A main control, you have a view on the Spike from A garden area. And then number 3, of course, the fact that Kyojin ready with his curveballs, not peeking on them, just trying to buy time for themselves, delaying that A main area from being taken for the side of Regal, meant that the round was picked up for Exceeli. And I believe this is going to be run it back number 3 for the side of Kyojin. So he's playing really well along the Phoenix's short ultimate cooldown, like only 6 points on that ultimate. So he's playing really well, continuously facilitating, and that round crucial for Exceeli, because Regal, if they had picked up that round too, a 7-2 scoreline would have meant they got to try and push for at least a 9-3 on the defensive half, and that is what they could have exploited to try and pick up the win. But now it's 6-3. If they lose another round, I think their eco will be in tatters. So now this round is going to be integral to a possible dominant show from them in the first half.
As you did mention, this round is going to be really important for both these teams, right? I mean, for a team like Exceeli to get their domination in going on in the future as well, and for a team like Regal to stop the domination completely.
Yep.
But again, Exceeli now, I mean, you do see those Blade Storms whipped down from the side of Missile, and he does seem quite confident. I mean, they've already found themselves an out entry all the way towards the mid. Dark cover's out as well. I mean, it's a decent amount of positioning. Same thing goes around by Spectre. That's kind of a counter Blade Storm being utilized from his side. And look at this. Missile already sneaking through with the outrun. The outrun is there to kind of clear things out. Well, the side entry is also being found. That's kind of a questionable move from their side. Why would they just let them have that side control just like that? And Missile, well, pretty much just walks inside the side now. I just want to see how they're going to be going for those retakes, because unfortunately the side take has been given away. Exceeli now are looking pretty dominant. They're looking pretty strong. Well, Hair Crew will pretty much try to trade things out, but unfortunately he is going to be able to do that. Missile as well getting himself one. Hermione from the back lines making it work. And now Hermione trying to close distance out with his teammate, trying to reunite. That's a great recon dart. His position got revealed. He's getting tagged the second time as well. Oh no, Missile. He got tagged up quite a lot there. Valk is also available. He's also present. Oh no, Missile, you missed your crucial shots. This might just not be good. You might just have to pay the price for it. Look at this. Hermione is in the B main area. Is trying to play around his teammate. Missile. Now this all just comes down to those initial comms being given away from each other. If they have one of the most or one of the best team coordinations out there, maybe they can make a lot of things happen. Falk already sneaks inside the site. No one expected him to be there. What? Hermione, what was that shot? I did not expect that.
There's just no reason to do that from Falk, though the first move is perfect.
Yeah.
You want to be able to take out a Missile as soon as possible, especially since you have to have got the comms that he's low on health. But as soon as you do that, the plant is nowhere close for Hermione. They have to have known that he was in B main because he took out the player from that area. There's no reason to go for these jumping headshot moves. A little too overconfident, a little too flashy, and they get punished heavily. Falk being taken down the round, which never should have gone in Exceeli's favor, because that was a haphazard round. They were all over the place, ends up going for them nevertheless. And because of that, now the eco hurting for Regal Esports. Falk just on a pistol in this round. The rest of his teammates, while they have the rifles, a couple of them have a light shields. So now you can see Lunatic left on the lurk once again. The drone to get the initial info. It's going to be the run it back to start off the site. Execute. Kyojin just going to clear out a lot of this area because the drone has already cleared out the site.
As you did mention. And look at this though, Kyojin just straight up walks in. This is what I call a casual stroll on a summer's day. Kyojin getting himself a kill on Adu. The Astro Smoke's there as well to deny any kind of vision from the Heaven area. Falk is the man who wants to make those aggressive peeks happen, but he's pulled on by Kyojin. And he's still not really confident that he should really peek out or not. But look at Missile and Lunatic. Well, Lunatic is making some lunatic plays happen here. He's going crazy. He's going absolutely ham. He's already got himself those 2 kills. Well, here we have Hate Crew just wrapping it over. Just mowing the lawn on a casual day.
Last round before the switch.
Yeah, all the momentum for Regal gone. This is why we talk about how important it is for this young guns team to keep pushing pedal to the metal, you know, because once their momentum is gone, it does look like the tacticality breaks down and they start being a lot more individualistic in their plays. Like, for example, in that retake, you have 2 players going from tree and 2 players going from garden. You don't need to do that because you can do a 3-1 setup. Since you already know the heaven control was never taken by Exceeli, you know that they're going to have a peeker there, and garden control being taken means you prioritize that garden tree. The the door area on the retake. But without that, the Killjoy lockdown as well going to waste. Regal now in a really bad spot in this last round of the Eco, and the lead they have
my
just
God.
going to Tattoos. The lockdown is set up, but Adu does have the Hunter's Fury to trade it out, so will not be a free side take for Exceeli just yet. Oh, the tag.
Hunter's Fury. Oh, the Hunter's Fury being utilized, and that was a massive tag as well. Just like how you mentioned him. Look at Koji now. It doesn't really matter even if he's getting tagged. Oh no, that recon might just be absolutely huge, but he gets back into cover in the right nick of time, and a counter recon being shown from the side of Hermione as well. Well, Adu's position being revealed because of the outrun as well. At the same time, that recon also spotted him out. That's quite a questionable placement coming out from the shock dart. Koji, that's a great flash to get himself an entry or an entrance inside the B side. The B side control has already been found. Take a look at the side control being made. Look at that. Adu down to such low HP. It's a 3-on-3 situation going down. But it seems like Exceeli just have so much advantage in the overall situation here. Koji just trying to clear out the right flanks, and that's a great jog. And as we did say, that's a triple baby from the side of Phoenix. And here we go. Hermione now, he will pretty much be spotted out by the recon dart. Koji as well. Being spotted out, and still peeks out and manages to find one. He has a 4K. Oh my god, Koji, you gotta be kidding me. Well, here we have the Cosmic Divine being utilized again. It's
Oh no. Oh no.
1-on-2
Oh no.
situation. And well, shock dart to seal the deal. Well, I don't really know what else to say. Just like a nice stealing that kill away.
I'm really just glad we got to hear the triple, baby, from the Phoenix. And in general, though, I am a little sad for Regal because they're playing so well at the start, but since then it seems like Exceeli has adapted to their playstyle. They're punishing them for the small things they do wrong, which is the fact that I feel like they end up tunnel visioning into a particular play they're trying to make, and the lurk just ends up punishing them heavily. It's either that or when they tunnel vision and players like Kyojin pop up, like that one headshot on Spectre, that was nuts. Like those key aim duels can change the face of the round. So that is going to be the key thing I guess we've always been talking about with Regal. Like you don't want your play to be dependent on these nutty moments, because if the other team is also able to pull them out, suddenly everything just collapses like a house of cards. Nevertheless though, 6-6 on the scoreline. It is still possible. Regal or even Steven J is going to start off strong on the pistol, and they have showed the potential to do that. They won most of the pistols in this in these last two maps so far.
As you did mention, they have won quite a lot of pistol rounds in these last two maps, and even on the map of Ascend, they have won the first pistol round, but they're not really able to convert it onto the second round as well. They're not really able to get that synchronization going in, and look at that. That's a great tag from the Soa. Managed to find a lot of tags, but unfortunately not really able to convert them into kills. Memra slowly, steadily working around as well. Well, Hermione has been taken down. Look at that now, Hermione. I mean, he has been spotted out. Memrose has been spotted out. They're still striking in. He finds himself one, but it's still he will be traded out by Memrose. It's a 1-on-2 situation now. It's all down to Kyojin. Is Kyojin going to be able to clutch this round out? He's moving all the way to the CT side because he does realize that market door is closed. Look at that. Kyojin has already found himself in the alleyway. He's going to be going inside the side. Memrose now trying to play this situation out a little safe, trying to make some big grand plays happen, but Kyojin comes out on top in that 1v1-on-1 fight. Memrose needs to realize that Kyojin is healing himself back up on full HP. And we do know that Frenzy really does shine in those close ranges, so you want to make sure you're not really getting close. Look at this though, Phoenix getting real up close and personal, and yes he does! He manages to find him and take him out the game. Memrose, that was yeah, he kind of, I don't really know why he made the decision to reload there. But I mean, look, even if he doesn't really have any other choice, maybe he could have tried to play around the boxes.
Yeah, exactly. That point, right? Like, he didn't need to... The placement of the Molotov, the Nanostorm grenade was perfect, but he didn't need to pop it that early because he could have played around the Radionite boxes and tried to go for a jiggle, because you could see that Kyojin faked it to get those Molotovs out. As soon as he knows that Kyojin is not defusing, he can just hold on, because the objective for him is not to kill Kyojin, it's to buy enough time for the spike to not be defused. So if he just jiggled around the boxes, doesn't need to reveal that he doesn't have any bullets in his weapon, just needs to buy time. But fair enough, I guess it's a very high pressure moment and it's hard to make those decisions spontaneously. So a nice try from Memrose, but Kyojin playing very well in 1v2 to pull off the round for Exceeli Esports. Now with the buys coming through, the Bulldog, Hermione, I feel like a bit of maybe mouse issues there, got stuck between ADS and not ADS, either mouse issues or just pure indecisiveness. A missile still finding the damage. Found one shot does get displaced by the shock dart though. This is an eco for the side of Regal, but they are able to do a bit of damage so far.
Not a bit. They've managed to deal quite a lot of damage already onto the side of Exceeli. I'm pretty sure they did not expect this Fortnite coming in. Look at Zoyak as well, just working around with his teammates. Oh my god, that Dismiss coming in through like a heroic play. They're saving his life in the crucial time. And Val, well, he's going to be taking out Lunatic. Final man falls down, and this is where it's a 7-7. Finally, we do see such a great kind of such a great competition going on. This is kind of neck to neck competition going on.
I just realized what went wrong with Hermione. I think there's a recent trend in the Valo meta where instead of putting the ADS on toggle, you put the ADS on hold because it allows you to be much more disciplined with when you use your ADS. And I think Hermione is doing that. If you notice, like he went for the ADS 3 bullets, ADS 3 bullets for the Bulldog. But the issue with that is that you can't do it in the open. The whole point of putting it on hold instead of toggle is that you jiggle with it, and because of that, a brilliant Thrifty picked up for the side of Regal on the eco. They pull back the momentum, and now they're gonna try to use that as they make this execute happen. Like Exceeli, they went for the full gamble, got mid control, and now they're coming on the flank. So Lunatic just needs to buy time, but he's not able to do that. Pushing in Regal, already finding a double. This flank now worthless.
Exactly. Look at that. Some brave moves to be made from the side of Memoraz as well, just trying to pre-fire around the edges. They do know heavy presence of defenders is being shown on the A-man area. Memoraz managing to find himself one. Kyojin being shut down instantly. Look at that. That's a great shock dart. It did deal quite a lot of damage onto them, but also, again, I mean, they did try to set up a crossfire, but I also do like the presence of mind being shown finally by the lads of Regal. The way they're working around with the teammates now, the way they're showing the team coordination, I really do like it, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely. Like Regal playing really, really well right now. It's just a matter of maintaining this though. It's a matter of making sure that you're able to push through and find more momentum on the basis of this, because we have seen glimpses of this in previous maps. They are the sort of team that looks like very strong in the starting, but they eventually get adapted on. So that's something I want to see change, because now Missile has got his hands on the operator, and you can see so aggressive those two duelists already taking aim and control. The call has to be given to their Killjoy and so hey, you guys play safe because the push is gonna come into your hands. The Killjoy lockdown now coming out, but no Hunter's Fury for Hermione, so they're just gonna have to back off, play on the full retake on the side for Hermione. He still managed to find one kill and through the smoke. Lunatic with another. Exceeli fighting back strong.
As you did mention, Exceeli fighting back strong, and look at that. They're looking pretty dominant as well throughout the game, but oh no! I don't really know if extending himself is a good idea there. And this is why Exceeli now is completely finishing them. Regal is falling down. They're crumbling down on their knees. Slowly and steadily is all down to Memoraz. The one less man alive. I don't really know what else can he make happen with that initial position he has behind the triple block. And yes, he will be shut down. And unfortunately, again, this might just stop the domination that Regal had, the momentum that Regal had built on the lands of Exceeli.
Yeah, definitely, and this is what I was talking about. Regal need to try and maintain the momentum, but we have seen them, even though they lost the pistol, they pulled back one round, so we will keep hope they're able to do so. I will personally hope that we go to overtime in this map, because that's exactly what both of these teams deserve, and frankly, that's what we deserve. We want to see the best of these teams, and we want to see it as much as possible, so that overtime might just deliver. Now for Regal, that last round was the bonus. Despite losing that round, their economy doesn't get hurt as much. They still should have the money to be able to pull the buys off. Like, I hope we get a look at the scorecard soon enough, but in general, they still have the option of pushing through. So I want to see if they are able to use these buys, because if they lose this round, if they buy, then it might just be over, because Missile gets to maintain the operator throughout, and he didn't even get much action. Imagine if Regal actually tries to go into a main, because with Missile's operator and Kyojin backing him up, if they try to rush him, that could be disaster for Regal Esports.
We do see another technical timeout. This should give both these teams to kind of reset their mindset and maybe go inside the game with a fresh mindset now. We already do see the side of Regal as well. They're quite ready. Their game face is on, but unfortunately, Missile is the man who has disconnected this time. First time I've seen Missile having a little bit of issues here and there. I'm pretty sure he will be back soon though. But yeah, up till now, I really like how much they've improved from those past two maps. Regal, they have shown a drastic improvement, and this is what we really like to see, right? Finally, as I was mentioning as well, try and learn from their mistakes, and it seems like they finally figured out what kind of mistakes they were making on the map of Pine. and overall the map of Heaven. And now in the map of Ascent, they decided to strike in. And even on my notes, right, I had this written that Regal is quite decent on the map of Ascent, and this is what they're doing. They're showing that Ascent is one of their strong suits, and that's why they're not going to let Exceeli go that easily.
Yeah, definitely. I wholeheartedly agree. Like the improvement from Regal has to be commended. Like, hey guys, if you're watching the VODs later on, all I have to say to you is that you're an outstanding team, right? Irrespective of how this series goes out,
Yeah.
I hope they take it as a positive experience and come back in wildcard looking stronger, because this is effectively the future of the Bangladesh community. They have the talent in them, they have the potential. They just need to find a way of executing it slightly better. They need to find the synergy within each other, and I think a key part of that is the fact that they've got a six-man roster. Like a player like Adu, for example, who we rarely got to see till the finals, till the semi-finals, my bad, where he didn't play the quarterfinals, but he stepped in and played it so well so far. In the semi-finals, he did look a little nervous, but that nervousness has gone completely in the finals. He's playing it phenomenally, continuously getting a lot of value for his utility, continuously making the right move at the right time. So I want to see this being developed a lot more. I want to see them try and push forward with this potential, because they definitely have got that in the bag. But for now, as you said, Missile is the one with a bit of a technical issue, and I hope he comes back real soon, because the momentum is kind of favoring the side of Exceeli right now. So the longer this timeout goes, the longer Regal actually just get to calm themselves down and push back.
As you did mention, the longer the timeout goes, the longer the time they get to calm themselves down and refresh their mindset, and this is what they exactly need, right? But again, I mean, look at the lads from the side. Look at the lads from the side of Regal. They are all young faces. They're all young,
Yep.
talented people, and we do know the individual skill. They're not lacking in it. Their aim is on point. Overall, the game sense is on point. All they're really lacking in is that team coordination, that team kind of coordination, that team synchronization. It doesn't really look on point, right? Maybe if they try to work around it, maybe if they get a lot of practice in as well daily. I feel like they might just be on a good. They might just be actually really dominant, even in the wild cards as well, because we do know they have got it themselves.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's kind of funny that Zodiac's cam is just his hair.
Yeah.
It kind of is also like it goes perfect with the idea that he plays the Omen, because you can't really see Omen's face, you can just see his hood. So you can't really see Zodiac's face. You can just see the top of
Oh
his
my
head.
god! I can't believe you just did that.
But hey, looking at the cams, I also noticed Kyojin is left-handed, which was really interesting. You rarely get to see a lot of left-handed players. Maybe that's something I should try to get some nutty aim like that. Like, what
No.
do you think?
No, I don't know. I mean, there's so many right-handed players, right, who are absolutely fantastic. But again, I mean, it
But
just
I am
really comes
not.
down to that. Yeah, it just really comes down to that personal preference, right?
Yeah. Irrespective though, for now, we just hope that Missile comes back soon, because at 8-8, this game is on a knife's edge. Like, it could go either way, and really, which team comes out swinging at the end of this timeout will determine how this map goes, I think, because momentum has been so crucial to both of these teams. So if they're able to find that momentum just after the timeout, if they're able to show that they're looking really strong, maybe they can pull it back. I think we saw on the screen, we are going to be starting up. I don't see Missile's cam, but I hope he's
Yeah.
back in the game. He is.
Same
Okay.
also. Yeah, I think so. He's definitely back in the game, and this is quite interesting, right? Look at the Phantom being dropped for Zodiac as well, and it seems like Zodiac was the one who was having a little bit of issues because he's still AFK on the attacker spawn, and this is a little problematic moment for them. Look at that. Unfortunately, we don't really see Zodiac back in the game, and this might just be a little bit of daunting, a little bit of problematic stop for them, a little bit of problematic moment on the side of Regal, because they're already on their struggling phases. They've lost those first two maps, and this one is going to be really important. Up till now, they had been doing great, but if Zodiac doesn't really make it back in time, then maybe
he's back.
problems will continue to knock on their doors. And yes, finally, as you did mention, he's back, and I'm pretty sure the teammates will be having a sigh of relief as well.
Absolutely. Now look at this. Regal, they've got B main control, they've also got mid control. The only thing Exceeli have on the map is that A main area, so they're gonna have to be very careful about how they navigate this round because they don't actually have much info as to where Regal is going. But Regal actually end up going into the exact place where Exceeli have better positions. They're trying to make the execute happen, but Kyojin is already ready, likely gonna go back to that transformer area. If Missile gets a kill, you can expect the Hunter's Fury, so they're running back to get popped off, but no, doesn't even necessary. Kyojin will find the wallbang and Ikru with another. Exceeli coming out swinging at the end of the timeout. They pick up the lead and they will pick up the momentum.
Yeah, they definitely did pick up the lead, and they definitely did pick up that momentum as well, considering the fact that it was a bye round for both these teams, and they just got stomped that hard on the side of Exceeli. I mean, the momentum shift still does seem like it's a little bit Exceeli favored. We did thought, you know, we were kind of thinking that maybe that timeout will be giving them a little bit more time, you know, to kind of refresh their mentalities, but it doesn't really seem like that is it. The votes for Regal do continue up till now. But again, I mean, we can take a look at the stats as well. I mean, Falcon and Du are trying their best to fight back in this situation. Zodiac, though, he definitely needs to step himself up a little bit there. But he's doing quite a great job, you know, supporting his teammates with those smokes, supporting his teammates in general with that paranoia as well. He's so lucky that he did not get spammed out there. Zodiac, that was quite a questionable kind of decision there to put in smoke out in the open like that. He thought maybe that smoke was not going to be, you know, letting anyone force inside or that letting anyone take those aggressive peaks. But look at this. The entrance through the market area has already been found. Spectre is kind of looking to make those aggressive peaks happen. Yes, he's going to make those peaks happen, but instead Falcon's going to be the one to open the fray up. Now Spectre, he has a position for himself in the logs area. That's a good tag from the side of a duo as well. And here comes the running back, but it got instantly shut down. Kyojin got shut down instantly. This is where the runner is going to be dismissing back from the market area, trying to play this situation out a little bit safe. And look at Missile. Oh my god, he took that aggressive peek and he still manages to take one out, but he got instantly traded out by Spectre. And look at this, trades happening back and forth. Both these teams are doing quite great to fight back in this moment. Look at the Spectre now. He has a B-man position. His position has been compromised. Position has been revealed as well. That's a great smoke from the Astra. It's going to be buying so much time for Hermione to reposition himself.
Recon now coming out. These guys players are trying to mush in. But Memoras gets one. Inspector with another. Picks up the kill onto Hermione to finish off the round. Keep the eco stable for Regal and keep the scoreline even. 9-9 on the scoreboard right now. And Exceeli and Regal, they're neck to neck, just giving it their all. Both of the teams understand what's online. For Exceeli, it's a chance to guarantee with this map, finish it off the best of 5 and guarantee a spot in the VCC Grand Finals Playoffs. And for Regal, it's an opportunity to keep fighting, to go on to that 4th map and keep fighting, look for that reverse sweep, and neither team willing to actually give either some ground. Now, if you have a look at the ultimates available, the fact that the running back was used in that last round by Exceeli is going to be a key advantage for the side of Regal. Now, if they can try to find entry using the Empress and from the shadows of the Reyna and Omen, go for a fast side execute. Once you've taken control in a segmented manner, then you can completely catch the defending team off guard. But look at this, Exceeli themselves, Lunatic holding an aggressive angle, and A-main control already taken. Kyojin is on flank, and Hermione is too good. The shock dart and the spam, Exceeli shutting them down.
Oh my god, look at that. Utility usage on point by the side of Hermione. And this is what I was exactly talking about, right? We're talking about this man being individually skilled and at the same time utilizing those utilities in the right nick of time. This man just does it perfectly. Oh my god, he has perfected the art of Sova, and this is what he's really good at as well. And finally, the final frag has been taken down. Another round in the hand of Exceeli. Again, a round lead, but again, we have seen those rounds being taken back and forth, so I'm expecting Regal to kind of strike back inside this round as well. Okay, nothing much can be seen though, nothing much can be, you know, confirmed up till now, because the way they have been playing, the way Exceeli have been playing throughout the entire series, it has been absolutely phenomenal. But again, as I did say, nothing really taken away from the Lance Regal. But yeah, what do you think is really missing from the side of Exceeli from like comparing to the previous 2 maps? But okay, well, nothing's missing. I'm bad. I'm wrong.
I was actually going to answer that by saying I feel like Missile is not having as much of an impact as he usually does, but then again, he did that, so never mind, I guess. Missile pulling out the first one, now looking for the second, and he'll find that. Memoras going for the dry peak. These were one of the small issues we talked about for the side of Regal, and they keep testing him one by one, they keep feeding him, and because of that Missile, the beast, he's unleashed.
Exactly. He's one of those people, the more kills he gets, the more stronger he gets. And this is what exactly is happening. Missile, I mean, it seems like he really hurt you there, CA. He was like, oh, you think I'm not really that impactful inside this game? Okay, well, I'm just going to prove you wrong. Instantly whips out that operator, gets himself that 3K already. And even the lads of Regal just keep on feeding him those kills. They keep on making him stronger. They keep on making his morale stronger as well. Lear's out in the mid for the Reyna to at least find an entry onto the mid side. He does have a decent amount of map control, but not really enough to convert that round in their favor. So again, just anchoring down the
30
A side,
seconds left.
and it doesn't really seem like he's going to be moving away anytime soon. The intentions are pretty clear that he just wants to have that A side control no matter what.
From the shadows now coming out, they're going for that boat house play, but the Reyna and Falk still stuck in market, so this Omen and Zodiac is in a very precarious position. Time is running out, he needs to go for the plant, but his teammate is taken out. Zodiac now, his position is known, he's gonna get taken out as well. A flawless 11th round picked up for Exceeli Esports. The economy for Regal in a bad shape. They're looking down this round in a position where if they lose this, they not only is in map point, but it's series point, and you cannot afford to make mistakes like this. You cannot afford to peek Missile one by one, especially when you've got Reyna alive. I just don't understand when that Reyna is in A main too. It's not like he's on the other side of the map. Why is Memora speaking that angle?
As you did mention, well, I mean, it's like, that was pretty much a great round, you know? I mean, Exceeli did try their best to kind of stop the entire domination that Regal had it going against them. Missile was taking those kind of aggressive peaks, but instantly decided to fall back as well. So this is also going to be giving them a little bit of advantage. Oh no, Missile, he's stuck in the back lines, but it doesn't matter. He does have the place car available. That's a great Hunter's Fury. Oh no, Missile's not really able to do anything too much. With that Blaze Storm, he got pinned down behind that little backside there. Nothing much could be done. Dojin out there as well to spread things out on Doom. It's a 2-on-3 situation now. Spectre has retrieved the op for himself. And look at this. Spectre looking all the way towards the CT spawn. Exceeli now. It seems like maybe the call has been made to save, but no. They're not going to be going for the save this time. It's a 2-on-3 situation. It pretty much looks like it is doable.
Definitely, but the alarm bot is in such a good position. It's gonna reveal their position as soon as they come out, and because of that, they get to play the good position. But the recall bot was perfect. Hermione finds one on the basis of that, and now the fireball being set up. They're gonna try to use the denial of vision to push in, but Spectre still finds one. Hermione with the shock darts will find the kill, and the force 50, 100 points. I don't know. Give as many points to Gryffindor as you can, because Hermione just pulled off an impossible round. You can see for Regal, hands on their heads. That round should have got to them, but Hermione, you're a beast. The recon, then the shock dart, all of the utility used to perfection, and then the 1v1 to just finish it off. I'm getting goosebumps from that round.
Yeah, exactly. Same. I mean, that round was absolutely incredible from their side, and Exceeli, I mean, Hermione with that beautiful shock dart all the way in the backlines. I mean, nothing much could be done. It just came out of nowhere and pretty much unexpected from the side of Hermione. And gotta say again, I mean, the utility utilization from his side has always been really good. It has always been really good. And Hermione, I just feel like in general, he has mastered the art. He has perfected the art of SOA, and this is why he has to be one of the best SOAs out there. Without a doubt, look at this now. Already stacked up outside the A-main area. We do see the Aldrone trying to clear out the angle. Binary is pretty much clear. That means now they're going to be straight up heading inside the site. Hunter's Fury out. The spike just be absolutely massive.
No.
He managed to find the first tag. He managed to find the second tag as well. And yes, finally, he will be taking Lunatic down. That's a massive frag being taken, but unfortunately now Regal do have the side for themselves. Exceeli, I'm pretty sure they're not really going to be happy after this one. Look at this, Hate Crew has managed to sneak all the way in. That was a great shot from his side. Hermione again, trying to even things out. He's trying to fight back. It's a 1-on-2 situation. Both the last from Regal are quite low. The shock dart might just be absolutely insane. Oh, it was really close, but he manages to back off in the right nick of time. A great paranoia from the side of Omen. That's a great spot from the recon as well. Zodiac now, he tried to smoke that area out. Oh my god, I feel like it's doable. It's doable, but no. He looks away at the wrong time, and Spectre strikes in at the right nick of time.
That shock dart on Zodiac was just a little bit off, like, because Zodiac was in his smoke mode, like he was in the dark plane, I guess is the name of the plane the Omen goes in to put the smoke. So if the shock dart was a little bit to the right, he would have taken out Zodiac, because as you can see, the health bars were low on both Zodiac and Spectre, but nevertheless, a really nice round from the side of Regal. Adu starting it off, doing very well to pick up that first kill on Lunatic, because with that KJ gone, the A site is so much more open, the A site is so much more easier to take. Regal, keep their hopes alive,
my
but
God,
the Odin goes burn, and Hermione goes, yeah, picks up that kill, and they're not expecting it at all. The gravity well in combination with the Odin, that's a death sentence.
As you did mention, I mean, that combination was absolutely insane from both these sides as well. I really like, I mean, again, a tactical approach being taken from the side of Exceeli and already starting the day off on a good note. Oh no, he missed that shot barely though, but look at that, he got legged. Zodiac is down such low. And unfortunately, they don't even have a stage, so they can probably get himself back up, but Zodiac will have to stick in with that less HP. Look at Koji, straight up moving inside. That Regal, what? That was a great shot from his side. He's going to be pretty much wrapping himself those 2 kills. Hunter's Fury out as well from the side of Hermione. What's going on? Ultimate straight off happening back and forth. And hey, crew, pretty much sealing the deal and finding himself that final kill. And wow, Exceeli, what a banger win in the finals as well. Just like that, getting themselves that. And finally, we did see that Odin as well going on the B-man area. This is what we like to see, right? A little bit of tactical approach being taken in the map and a flawless round, just like that, making it look so easy, Exceeli. But again, nothing taken away from the lad of Regal as well. We do know it takes a lot of guts to actually make it down so far.
Yeah, absolutely. Nothing to take away from Regal Esports, but everything to gain for Exceeli, because they are your representatives in the VCC Grand Finals from the Bangladesh region. A 3-0 victory, and if I may add, perfect predictions from both of us. So the icing on the cake. But in general, like, props to be given to both of the teams. They, especially on Ascent, it was so damn close. It was continuously like 7-7, 8-8, 9-9, and the fact that they kept fighting with each other, you could see the potential in Regal, but you could see the experience in Exceeli. You could see the amount of hard work they put in for this particular tournament, getting themselves fully prepped and ready, and that's what really ended up paying off. Exceeli, hats off, and Kyojin especially, man. That Phoenix, he really did make it shine. Like, he certainly got this, and I think he's likely going to be the MVP of this best of 5.
As you did mention that Phoenix as well, I mean, coming in through on the map of Ascent, I did not expect him to actually pick that Phoenix, but he
Yeah.
did. Yeah, it was an absolute sight to witness as well, and I did really like the way he was utilizing the Phoenix in those moments and the ultimate as well being popped in those crucial times. But yeah, in the end, gotta say, Wriggle, they improved quite a lot, and we still do see that caliber in them. The caliber is there. It is present, but all we want them to do is take a little bit more tactical approach inside the game, right? In the end game, we did see them kind of playing around the team, playing with the team as well, all the time, setting those crossfires, working around each other. And this is why they got so close in the end map. If they did this from the start and instead of relying on individual plays, I feel like this could have been way much more closer.
Yeah, absolutely. It felt like they were maybe a little nervous on Haven, and then on Bind, it did feel like their mental did take a hit because of how dominant Exceeli were. But on Ascent, when it came back to their map pick, they reset themselves, and you could see the potential in them. I hope they just move forward and improve it, because it's not even like they don't know how to play tactically. It's more about the decisiveness. I feel like they're just not confident enough to take those risky decisions when you're playing tactically, and I feel like that's what is really shackling them and holding them back. I want to see a lot more confidence in them, because guys, look at this, like, irrespective of your loss, you're the second best team in an entire country, in an entire region. That's a big deal. So I want to see that reflect in their gameplay. I want to see them step up really and show their identity the way Exceeli have today. They stamped their mark on Bangladesh. They took the win in the Bangladesh qualifier, and they'll be representing Bangladesh guaranteed in the VCC playoffs. I'm excited to see how much more this team can develop. Maybe a KO for a player like Kyojin, that would be nuts.
Yeah, exactly. As you did mention, maybe a KO for a player like Kyojin, or maybe a KO for a player like Hermione as well there. He can also
Ooh,
play a KO, and I'm pretty
I
sure he
like
can
that.
be one of the best one out there as well, because he's already so great on so on. I feel like somewhere down the line, that kind of EMP knife as well. It's really
Yeah.
good. It also does reveal quite a lot of info. So I feel like that might just be really good with combined with Hermione in general. But yeah, KO, I feel like he's still quite new and fresh in the meta, so we do not really expect a lot of players to actually utilize KO because, of course, in a tournament like this, of course, in such a massive tournament, we expect all the players to make those comfort picks, and this is what happened. But yeah, again, I mean, in general, nothing much could be said after these finals, right? I mean, in general, they will have to take a little bit more tactical approach in the future. But again, now even if they lost Regal, even if they lost, they still have got guaranteed their spot in the wild cards. That means they still have one more chance to fight back.
Yeah. Absolutely, and I'm excited to see how the meta really shapes up because, as you mentioned, like the KO is still very much fresh. I'm sure
Yeah,
there's a lot of KO in scrims, but we don't actually get to see that
yeah.
translate into official matches yet. It will likely come through after this week, maybe in the Pakistan, Afghanistan, and the India qualifiers too, and definitely in the wild card. I expect to see a lot of KO because teams are no longer going to hide their strats. Teams are going to give it their all because that's going to be the very last opportunity for a team to qualify before the VCC Grand Finals. So hey, but coming back to this match, before we get a little too ahead of ourselves, let's have a look at the stats because you can see Falk really stepped up. All of Regal, honestly, they really stepped up. But on the other side, Hermione, man, 28 kills on that Sova. I definitely see what you mean, Necro. I think he could be a brilliant KO.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he can definitely be a fantastic KO. And again, I mean, leading off the charts on a good note, especially even though considering the fact that he doesn't really have a gaming chair. Imagine what this man can make happen if he has a gaming chair. He can probably decimate the entire crowds. But yeah, I mean, getting himself those 28 kills and only 13 deaths and 8 assists in total and 2 first bloods as well. He's got himself that MVP. But again, Missile getting himself those first bloods. Again, as you did mention, Missile did seem kind of suppressed until in those initial rounds, but later on he's just started kind of stepping up, and that's why we saw Elazovic Exceeli kind of gaining a massive momentum. But what else do you think you got to point out why Exceeli was kind of loose on the final map?
I feel like it was just Regal stepping up. I don't think Exceeli themselves made as many mistakes. There were a couple of retakes which were
Yeah.
kind of off, and there were a couple of key decisions that could have been better, but it wasn't as such like they were fundamental errors. I felt like this is the third match showed us what we wanted to see from the very start, like that close matchup, but Exceeli still a step ahead because of their fundamental betterness. So, in general, let's have a look at, as we expect, Rada or Haven. Raise or Bite at the Phoenix or Ascent. I wonder if we can maybe bring that Phoenix on Haven too, because I feel like that would be the perfect like top off for Exceeli in general.
Yeah, as you did mention, I mean, maybe the Phoenix out there as well, but look, I feel like Reyna's really good on Haven itself
Yeah.
because I feel like Phoenix, it has its own bright moments, but it also has some cons as well. So, I mean, it's understandable. Yeah, you can probably utilize that Phoenix, but considering the fact that Reyna also like lets you get away from so many mistakes, like you can probably like kill yourself and you get yourself a frag. That is really good, and I feel like Reyna should be utilized by only a player who's really confident in his peak. And I feel like Kyojin is the man who has a lot of confidence built inside him. So I feel like that Reyna pick on the map of Heaven is perfect.
Another small thing that I mentioned, like a bit of OCD from my side, but his KD was 63, 66, 33. Literally the perfect double, like the exact 2 KD ratio. It looks good, it feels a little satisfying. But hey, for now, what I'm really excited about is how this team progresses. But let's have
Oh,
a look at the top
oh
5
my God.
players in the Bangladesh. Kyojin and Hermione, both
Oh,
100
okay.
kills each. Wow.
That's the century right there. I mean, they got
Yeah.
themselves those 100 kills, 61 deaths, and 15 assists in total, and the first blood of 12. I mean, this in general just tells us how good of a duelist this man is. I mean, he is kind of like that. He's kind of like the second duelist player. On the other hand, Missile is kind of like the lad who tries to get an entry frag for himself because the first blood, I mean, tell the story for itself. He has 22 first bloods. That means Missile is the man playing on Jet. All he does is dash inside the slide, create as much spacing as possible for the team, and the rest of the team just follows in the back lines. And this is what just makes Missile really good, right? I mean, he did have his pop-off moments somewhere down line, I mean, sometimes, but in general, Missile, I mean, he did really great on the first 2 maps, and gotta say that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's the idea, right? Because he plays the Jack, he has an ability to take that first engagement. Even if he doesn't find a kill, he can get out of there, and you can see that he usually does end up finding the kill. But let's have a look at the teams that have qualified. As you know, it's VLT from
Oh.
India, Salt from Pakistan, Damru from Nepal, Bhutan, and Crash Landing on you from Sri Lanka, Maldives. Joining them is going to be Exceeli Esports from Bangladesh, from the Bangladesh
Oh.
qualifier.
Man, I can already imagine what can happen in the Grand Finals playoff, right? I
Whew.
mean, it's going to be absolutely insane, especially considering the fact that there's still one more slot from the wild cards. Oh
Yep.
man, I can't really wait for this. All these teams are one of the best out there, and I feel like, as people say, may the best one win, and this is what exactly has happened in the qualified for playoffs. I mean, absolutely fantastic teams out there, some of the best out there.
Yep.
And I feel like Exceeli has done that. In the end, I feel like Exceeli, they're just a really flexible team. Even if they want to take a casual approach inside the game, they're quite perfect in that. Even if they just want a complete domination, they just go completely on that aggressive note. If they want to
Yeah.
take a tactical approach inside the game, we did see those tactical approaches being taken as well. And I mean, in general, I mean that Astra pull and that Odin looked good.
I mean, props has to be given to Heikru, right?
Yeah.
Because it was not just that play. Like throughout the three maps, his utility usage on the Astra on Haven and Astra on Ascent, and even on the Brimstone on Bind, it was perfect. Heikru, not only is he the leader of the team, the IGL, but he's also able to be the perfect support player, giving the utility to his duelists as and when required to enable them, to facilitate them to get the kills, to get on those top 5 leaderboards the way they do. It was a brilliant affair by the entirety of the team of Exceeli. And I will say, like, having watched all other region qualifiers, no shade to the other regions, but I feel like Bangladesh is slightly a step ahead because they've got the cracked aim and they've got the tacticality. But for now,
Yeah.
we've got a chat with you, with the winners themselves, a chat with Exceeli Esports.
Hello, buddy. How are you? Congratulations on this beautiful win.
Hello. Hello. Thank you for the conversation. I'm
So,
kind of tired right now.
I think मेरा पहला प्रश्न आपसे यही रहेगा कि coming into the tournament as the favorites from the Bangladesh region, क्योंकि already सभी जानते थे कि एक्सीली ही जीतने वाली है and आप लोग काफ़ी ज़्यादा dominating रहे हो. But आप entering into the finals, what were the preps? Like extra आपने क्या किया था? Did you watch the VODs? What was extra effort being put by you?
We just saw their last couple of games, the first, and then prepare onto that. Like we knew what they're gonna do, so we are prepared for that, and that worked for us.
आई थिंक ये आपका पहला वाइट वॉश है इनसाइड द वीसीसी. अगर बात करें पहली बार किसी टीम ने फाइनल्स में 3-0 के साथ विजय प्राप्त करी है. सो एंटरिंग इन आप ग्रैंड फाइनल्स प्लेऑफ्स में जा चुके हो, बाकी सारे रीजन्स के भी टीम्स आ रहे हैं एंड काफ़ी कड़ी टक्कर वाली मुकाबला देखने को मिलेगा. एंड हाउ beautiful this victory was coming in from Bangladesh region. Tell me something more about your esports scene and how it's growing with VCC coming in.
Obviously, it's going big. Like Valorant was a massive, I mean, grow or in a good way. Like for Bangladeshi sports thing, like many new players are coming, many others are coming. In people are investing now in Bangladeshi scene.
Right.
So it's just going big. And with VCC coming, the Valorant scene, I mean, it went. I mean, it was so big for overall Valorant scene and everything. And obviously, we are gonna represent Bangladesh in the VCC finals. So people will watch, people will play against now, and they will. I mean, it's overall it's big, really big.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm really gonna let you have your win. Just go party tonight because इसके बाद का जो सफर है वो बहुत ज़्यादा और चुनौती भरा होने वाला है. So thank you so much for coming in, Lunatic. You were amazing and congratulations again to you with this victory. And by that, we're gonna let you go. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Thank you, everyone.
तो ऑफ कोर्स ये तो थे लूनेटिक जिन्होंने सीन के बारे में बोला कि वीसीसी आने के बाद जो ऑफिशियल टूर्नामेंट जो यहाँ पे एक लौता मौका मिलता है कि यहाँ पे एपैक रीजन से एशियन पैसिफिक रीजन से एक लास्ट चांस क्वालिफायर्स खेलने का मौका. तो आई मीन वी डोंट नो ग्रैंड फाइनल प्लेऑफ्स का विनर कोई भी बन सकता है. जिस तरीके से यहाँ पे टीम्स आ रही है, कैन बी एन इंडियन, कैन बी ए पाकिस्तानी, कैन बी एन अफगानिस्तानी, एनीवन, मे बी समवन फ्रॉम श्रीलंका, मालदीव्स, बट either ways the show goes on. But देवियो से इसी के साथ हमारा आज का फाइनल्स खत्म हो चुके हैं. हम आपसे फिर से मिलेंगे वेडनेसडे को with of course पाकिस्तान अफगानिस्तान qualifiers number 2. Till then, you all take care. Good night.
I'm getting freaky. Yeah, I'ma bring the crazy. Get that freaky, freaky on. 신경보다 같이 freaky. Yeah, I'ma bring the crazy. Get that freaky, freaky on. 신경보다 같이.
The power of steel.
Get your mic on. Get your mic on.
The strength of metal.
Get your mic on. Get your mic on. Yo, get your mic on. Get your mic on.
The new Classic Mark III. Get your mark on.